years old. Come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston. Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane. Here are Peter and Anthony with Sports 56 Mornings.
That's right. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? To an all-new edition. It's totally live. Unscripted. Unbelievable. Not atrocious. Totally awesome edition of Sports 56 Mornings. My name is Peter Edmiston, live in the Family Leisure Studios, East. And Anthony Sane is in the Family Leisure Studio Central. Yep. Joined by Zach Boyd, who's in the Family Leisure Studio slightly east of Central. And we're all doing this for you out there, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing this for you. It's what we do. We want to help you get your day started. We want to help you learn and grow and have fun and all those things that people like to do. We like to help that. We like to be, we're with that. We're with that. So we're going to make that happen for you over the next 3 hours. We have much to discuss. I have a feeling we're going to get into it today. We're going to get into some stuff, Zane, today. Mm-hmm. Today's going to be a stuff day. Mm-hmm. We're going to get into some stuff out here.
It's a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff I want to jump into as well. So yeah, I'm with you.
Exactly. So we're going to do that with you. Now, how can you get in touch with us? Let me tell you how. 360-8255. That was a rhetorical question. 901-360-8255. Zach, how you doing this morning?
I'm here. Okay,
this morning. All right.
I'm a little
Zach,
sleepy.
how can folks join us on the First Bank text line?
You can text us at 67129.
Okay.
And if you're new, you must text 56JOIN to 67129. You just got to do it one time.
One time.
You locked
See,
and
the
loaded.
roles are reversed. I'm on top of it. Yes, that's right. One time, and you're good to go. Thank you. That's all you need to do on the First Bank text line. First Bank phone line 360-8255. And the First Bank chat is open as well on the various video platforms that we are streaming upon, for example, YouTube, for example, Twitter, for example, Facebook. If you want to go to that hellscape, then feel free to do that.
Knock yourself out. You might see me there.
What? Come on, dude.
Just swinging a machete.
What do you mean you won't? What do you mean you won't? What do you mean you won't see me? What are you talking about?
You might see me there.
Oh, you might. Okay, I thought you said you won't see. I was like, what? Whoa! Wait a second. What happened?
He saying is in those waters, just swinging the machete around, man.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's right.
It's
that's
hilarious.
Right.
I've seen.
Yeah, he's like Predator. He's out here just in the. Just I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get whoever's out there. Bam.
I've seen a trend lately too in Facebook. A lot of the mainstream, whether it be radio stations or writers or your publications, they're jumping into the waters of the Facebook groups. I'm like, look at these guys. Look at the trail I left behind for these guys to walk through. The trail I stomped clean for them. Just like John Henry, my next door neighbor, who uses 4-wheel drive truck to create paths in the snow for me. Look at me leaving these paths behind for these guys.
Exactly right. You are blazing those trails, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Right there. That's what it's all about. You are a trailblazer, my friend.
No Dame.
No cap, as the kids would say.
I mean, can we put like a little bit of swag into it a little bit?
Yeah, but that was horrible. No cap.
I mean, no cap. That's it. That's what I was told. That's what I was told. That's what the kids are saying.
That is what they say.
And cap and no cap. Mm-hmm. And this is no cap.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
For sure.
I'm always coming at you no cap because it's a big old head. I can't. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Saint's face just cracked me up. It's like you just did. I could tell in that little moment you just did the mental calculus of whether or not it was worth like just messing with me, and you're like, no, you know what? No, I'm just not. We're not going to do it.
It's not even worth getting into.
It's not even worth it. That's what you thought briefly about it. You're like, no, you know what? You're just being goofy, and that's correct.
Yeah,
I am just being goofy this morning. I'm in a goofy mood this morning, so you have to forgive me.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, bro.
So, as I said, today on the show, we're going to get into some stuff. All right. So that's the deal. We're going to get into some stuff, okay? We're going to get into a few things, all right? And there's some issues, some bigger issues, bigger fish to fry. Obviously, the Grizzlies and the Tigers both playing tonight, both in matchups that I think that they probably would be expected to win. Certainly, the Tigers would be expected to win. They are heavy favorites against a pretty bad USF team. Grizzlies against the Wizards, who are playing better. The Wizards are playing better, and it seems as though Russell Westbrook has figured out some things and has gotten back closer to his normal self. And Bradley Beal is on one, as some would say as well. No cap on that. No cap.
What are we doing, man?
We're doing this for 3 hours. We're doing this.
I told you I'm silly. I'm silly. I'm sorry. Jeez. What you mean? Not to be silly?
I'm not.
Get out of here.
I'm not against it. I just need to be prepared. Like
I just want you to be prepared for. I just want you to be prepared for what it may be like that. It may be like that. I was up way too late last night.
Haven't you learned your lesson yet, man?
Nope. Well, listen to this one. I couldn't help. We have a.
Yeah.
It may not surprise you to learn that I have a group of friends around the country that we play a game of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
so,
I was about to say Magic the Gathering, but you said
No, Dungeons and Dragons. No,
man.
And up way too late doing that, man. So it's everyone's all got real jobs and real families and stuff, so no one can even get together till like games start till like 8 or 9. It's way too late. Anyway, it's fun though. We have a great time. It's a great time.
My car got towed last week, and the guy that picked me up. You know, you guys have like toolboxes and stuff out inside their trucks or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking, okay, this is a man's man. Here I am again. It's being exposed to another man's man. That's right. He asked me, he's playing something on YouTube about cars. He's like, is this boring to you? I said, no, I'm fine, man. I mean, you know, I'm riding in the tow truck, whatever. He's like, I could play something else if you want to hear something else. I said, nah, man, I'm not paying attention to what you're doing. Like, I got my own weird stuff I get into too, man. I don't judge people for what they like.
What is he, like an Uber driver? Or is he trying to get a good
that's
review?
How I was like, bro, why you care? Right, so like this is a tow truck, man. This ain't Lyft.
I mean, well,
can I get you like a nice nice air freshener in here?
Right.
Would you like a bottle of water or something? Okay.
You know,
I guess he was kind of embarrassed to be watching some instructional video while we were driving in the cars. So I was like, bro, I don't care.
How to tow a car.
Right.
Oh, that might be bad.
Right,
that might be a problem.
I'd be worried
I'm
about
a tow
that,
truck driver.
So
it's my first time towing a car. I don't know.
So I was like, nah, man, I watch out. He's like, for real, what kind of stuff you be looking at on YouTube? I was like, man, I fall down so many rabbit holes, nerd stuff, video game stuff, superhero stuff. This all kind of, whatever, nerd culture stuff. He said, oh, man. He said, I'm into that stuff, too. He said, as a matter of fact, that's all I got in my toolbox right there. I'm like, what? So I cut the flashlight on.
Wait a minute.
I cut the flashlight on my in my phone, right? And I look at his toolbox. It's nothing but Magic the Gathering cards. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, he's gonna put a spell on. He's gonna put a spell on your car. That's what he's gonna do.
So
he's gonna
strange, bro.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, he was just telling me all this like nerd stuff about Magic the Gathering and all these games like that. I was like, bro, this is funny as man, bro. Like he didn't look like he was a young guy. So, but just to him to have his toolbox that's sitting in his car to be full of Magic the Gathering cards was hilarious. And it was one of those see-through kind. It looked like one of those kind of flat kind that's got the clear top.
Mm-hmm.
It was that, but it was full of Magic the Gathering stuff. But yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I just want everyone to know it doesn't matter, man. You could be that stuff is fun, and it's fun for everybody. It doesn't matter there's no like who cares, but somebody says nerd, doesn't matter. There's fun. It's fun stuff, and it's nice to get your friends together. So it's hard to get friends together, especially as men get older. It's hard for us to maintain friendships and connections with everybody as you got other stuff going on. You got family stuff, you got job stuff, you got all this. So it's a good way to keep everybody together on a regular schedule to get together. So I can't endorse it highly enough. I think it's a good idea all the way around. Now, that being said, that's why I'm extra silly today. But we're gonna get into some stuff that's serious. We're gonna talk about to our friend Jermaine Johnson, aka I am Coach JJ at I am Coach JJ on Twitter. We're going to talk about the USF game, the Tigers, and all that stuff. That's coming up at 8 o'clock. You're going to hear that. And he's going to be more inspiring than silly, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, he's going to drop some heat on.
But we're also going to learn about why parents and family members don't need to be jumping onto Twitter or Facebook. We got to get into that a little bit.
Are we talking about the latest? All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
Yep. We're going to talk about it. Like I said, we're going to do some stuff today. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the firing of Lloyd Pierce and let our good friend Anthony Sane have his moment in the sun. So we're going to let that happen and talk a little bit about what happened to our friend Lloyd Pierce. Good dude, but it's not going well in Atlanta.
He's a casualty of war. It's nothing against Lloyd Pierce. My laughing is not at him getting fired. He's just a casualty of war. Shout out to you.
It's that is exactly right. We're going to talk about a controversy at the University of Texas. We're going to talk about what's going on there and why and friction that is existing not only at Texas but other schools between the wealthy and well-heeled and the regular folks and the students and the power inversion that is happening. And what that means long term. But y'all don't understand. We're getting into some stuff today. Text to 67129 says Peter better not be capping about getting into stuff today. I'm not. No cap. We're getting into stuff today.
Oh yeah, we about to get into it.
Yeah, that's right. Bet.
On my kids.
On my kids.
On my kids, we better get into it.
On God.
On me.
On my kids. That's right. Yeah. So all that's going to happen, and we'll talk about those games too. So that's right. That's right, Zach. It's going to be a nice day today.
Zach, do you say on God, Zach?
No.
Oh, heavens no.
What about on fire like your shirt? Because that's what's happening right now. So we're going. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So in any event, I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are ready for it. Now, that being said, this is absolutely the time when it's either do it or don't do it when it comes to the NBA. And the Atlanta Hawks have decided that they're going to do it, and they're going to make it happen. And they fired Lloyd Pierce, Anthony Sane. And the Grizzlies this is one of those things where it's an interesting lesson for teams that are in the rebuild stage. That it's one of my favorite phrases, Anthony Sane. Mm-hmm. I've said it for years, and I continue to say it with regard to the Grizzlies, and so far so good. But it was a very cautionary phrase to the Atlanta Hawks, which is don't skip steps.
Yes.
Don't skip steps. When you're doing something, whether you are cleaning your house, whether you are fixing your car, whether you are watching and trying to figure out how to do a home improvement project or learning a new language, whatever it is. If it's a process that's intense and long term, don't
skip the steps.
Skip
You can't.
steps.
You can't skip steps.
Do it.
You just can't skip.
Go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4.
Yep.
Don't go 1, 2, 8 and try and think that's going to work because it ain't. And no, look, that step is pretty close. I think if I just kind of reach over and leap, I can grab. Nope. This is what happens. The Atlanta Hawks, as a franchise, improperly assessed where they were with regard to their rebuild, reload, whatever you want to call it. They improperly assessed that they were quite close and that they needed to make some aggressive moves to get themselves in the playoff mix.
Aggressive moves. That's what they
Yeah, and and so they tried to jump over that yawning chasm.
They
Can't
tried
do
to get the fast pass from. They couldn't.
That Disney Fast Pass. That's right. Yeah,
it didn't work, man.
I think I saw our friend Isaac Simpson.
Yeah, Isaac. Shout out
you
Isaac
can't.
Simpson.
You
can't get the fast pass all the time.
No, not all the time. And it works every now and then, but it didn't work this time. And they got pushed to now they're escorted back, like that video of the somebody trying to skip at Whataburger, and it doesn't happen, man. You're trying to skip the line, it just don't skip steps.
You can't.
And I can't stress that enough. And so Atlanta fired Coach Lloyd Pierce. Nate McMillan will be the interim coach. Nate McMillan was hired in the offseason and basically has been hanging around just kind of waiting for this to happen, honestly. I mean, you don't bring in a guy like Nate McMillan without thinking that this is a possibility. So, sure enough, it's exactly what happened. Lloyd Pierce, a very good dude, one of the nicest guys out there. Really, really like Lloyd Pierce, really like what he's done. Of course, he was formerly here in Memphis as an assistant. Just a super highly thought of, really engaged community guy. In terms of getting the bigger picture, I think Lloyd Pierce does a really good job with that. As far as coaching this team, I don't think he's done a particularly good job, so I don't think it's his fault. I don't think he deserves the blame for this, but, I also don't think he's done a wonderful job coaching this team either. And I don't know, man. Maybe this is the fruit of sort of the rotten fruit of some seeds that are planted in some soil that's, I don't know, a little acrid. That Trae Young soil, I'm not sure if that's fertile soil for a championship.
No, I talked about this earlier. I have such a big grin on my face talking about this particular situation. I made a statement when this thing first went down, and I said that you can't make negotiations with terrorists. And when I said that, I was referring to Trae Young, and I was saying that whenever a guy who's in the second year of his career, given he was an all-star last year, had a breakout season, he was an all-star last year, wasn't one this year, but a guy who in the second year of his career, rookie, goes to the front office complaining about the direction of the team and the win-loss record on a team that he is the best player on the team. He's the alpha dog leader of this team, but he's complaining to the front office about the lack of help he has. A second-year player is complaining about the lack of help he has on a team that's clearly rebuilding. So instead of you saying, well, Trae, we need you to be a little bit more patient, bro. This is year 2 of our rebuild that's based around you. So allow us time to let your fellow young players develop. And, maybe we'll go get a couple vets to kind of shore some things up. Not particularly some guys who are going to serve a major role, but, we'll spend some money to do whatever to make us a little
culture.
Better.
We'll get some little culture in the locker
guys,
room.
Some Solomon Hill types, those type of guys, Plus you also have to remember, Trae, we got Clint Capella last year, so we're expecting big things out of Clint. We're expecting big things out of you, but just be patient with us and we'll make this happen. And then at that point, you draft well, and you do smart moves as a front office, and you build your team, and you get better organically. Or you can do what Atlanta did and spend. I'm gonna misquote. I think it's like $60 million they spent. No, how much did they spend in free agency or something?
A lot.
It was way more. It was more than that.
It was more than $60 million.
Bogdanovich. You talking about an individual?
No, I mean like 1 year. I'm not talking about total salary.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. Let's see. So Bogdanovich is making 18. Rondo's making like 10. Gallinari's making 20.
Yeah, you spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
You dropped a major bag on guys.
Chris Dunn hasn't played yet.
Hasn't played a game. Like, you spend all this money on guys, and the best things that happened to your team between last year and now were the emergence of DeAndre Hunter and Clint Capella, who you already had on your team anyway. All this money you spent. Oh, you also spent $10 million on Tony Snell.
I mean, again, like some of those are okay, but some of those are okay, but like it just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. That's not where you are. That's not where you are as
well,
as a
Rondo's
team.
just been everything that I think all of us who followed Rondo's career thought he's a play like Rondo is the extremely gifted kid in class who is absolutely terrible in the classroom.
Right.
But if you give him a test, he will make 100 on it. Because he already knows all the stuff, but he's a terrible student. Like he won't help his classmates out. He's just kick back with his feet up on the desk while the teacher's going on. That's Rondo. Coaches will go on and on and on about Rondo and how he will know the playbook so ridiculously that even coaches will not know what he's talking about. They did one quiz one time. They gave him this this massive playbook. I think it was with the Celtics early in his Celtics career. It's a massive playbook, and assistant coach called out a play that wasn't in the playbook, and he stopped. He's like, "That's not in the playbook." And he was like, "This was like just the next day. Like the dudes haven't even most guys haven't even cracked the playbook. He'd already read the entire thing cover to cover and digested the entire thing, and could tell in the middle of a practice and say, nope, that's not in the playbook. What are you doing?" That's Rondo. So, but right now he's just bored and he's just giving you nothing. He just doesn't. He doesn't apply himself until it's playoff time, and then he's ready to apply himself. I don't know why you need that guy for this Atlanta team. Didn't make any sense at all. They signed Bogdanovich to that restricted free agent offer sheet, and maybe they thought the Kings would match. I don't know, but they didn't. So they had to deal with him, and he has not really played much. He's missed the majority of the season. Chris Dunn hasn't played. Gallinari is injury prone. You knew that when you signed him, so no surprise that he's missed a bunch of games. Just bad management. Just Travis Schlenk, who came from the Golden State Warriors, and everyone kind of thought that the Warriors had indoctrinated him with their culture and all that. But it turns out the Warriors' culture is pretty much just like we drafted some really good dudes, and that's what we did.
Yeah, so you can't draft fake Steph Curry, fake Klay Thompson.
Yeah, fake Draymond.
Yeah,
fake. No. It turns out it doesn't work like that. And you take those guys away, the culture's doesn't travel as well.
It's weird because I remember the media just like going all in, giving praise to the Hawks and. Oh man, Trae Young and Kevin Huerter. It's just Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Nah.
Yep.
And the big issue for them, actually, DeAndre Hunter's played really well for them.
Yeah.
When he got hurt, it really killed him. So that's a huge part of it too.
But that was a guy you already had. Like you already had the guy on your roster. The best.
But he was really playing well. Like he's really playing well. Like he was helping them big time. So in any event. I just thought Anthony Sane, who has a personal vendetta against the Hawks and the Hawks organization, I thought you'd appreciate how they're miserable at this point.
It's just good to see. I can just hear the sound of Balenciaga stomping in anger coming from Atlanta, sending tremors even that you can feel even in Memphis. And why are we pretending that Atlanta actually has fans? Like when I see their fans coming at me on Twitter, I'm like, man, is this all y'all?
It's a bunch of influencers and stuff
and promoters,
pretend,
yeah,
self promoters and all that stuff.
I don't care about the Hawks, man.
Yeah. They care about those parties that are coming up this weekend, though.
Oh yeah, those parties coming up. Hey, their arena though, they redid their arena. Like it is.
Oh,
dope.
Yeah,
man.
State Farm Arena is great. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Good
they got
food.
They got the barbershop in there.
Yeah,
they got the whole deal. They got a whole vibe going.
Super. Like their arena kind of looks like you're inside. I can't really something really modern hipster hangout, crosstown concourse type spot.
Yeah, I don't get the impression from it that it's even. I mean, it's an arena, but it's almost like I don't know. It's the design style reminded me of a much better, like a much better, 400,000 times better version of when the Mall of Memphis had the ice rink in the middle of it, but you had all this other stuff going on around it.
Yeah.
And so you just you might sit back and watch people skate, but you might also just walk around and get you something to eat or go do something else. I mean, there's plenty of those things like in the middle of the concourse at State Farm Arena. And, Atlanta fans, as we know, are not real fans. They don't really they don't go to the game to watch the game. So they need to have stuff to do. So you got to give them entertainment. You got to let them, go get a haircut. You got to let them go get some food and do some other stuff while they're at the game. So I think a good design for that reason right there. As I mentioned, coming up, we're going to talk to Coach JJ Jermaine Johnson at 8 o'clock about the Tigers and USF and what is obviously a must-win game and a game that they will be expected to win, but also in this week getting themselves ready for the one shot they get at Houston. We'll talk about that and what's been going on with the Tigers. When we come back, we're going to talk about family. Anthony saying,
I'm down.
We're going to talk about family.
I have one.
Yep. And some things family should do and some things family shouldn't do.
We'll
get into it when we come back in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
You heard that safe drivers get rewarded with Snapshot from Progressive, so you went online to check it out. But then you saw an ad for a vintage baseball cap, and now you find yourself checking the stats of that team's second baseman in '97, wondering why his stolen base total dropped after his rookie season. Wonder how much his rookie card is worth. Yes, they said it was easy to save money with Snapshot from Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California, North Carolina, or from all agents.
One of the things I love about betting on basketball is I'm always finding new player props or game props that I like. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook is you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. It's called a same game parlay bet, and you can only find them on FanDuel. The money line, point spread, first basket score, player points, score 10 points, 15 points, 20 points, rebounds, assists, three-pointers, and right now, new and existing users can get up to $25 in site credit back each day if your parlay falls one leg short with same-game parlay insurance. You heard that right, every day. That's why we like to bet on FanDuel. Easy to use, easy to register, easy to deposit, and fast withdrawals. When you win, FanDuel, they pay you your winnings in as little as 24 hours. So just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today to try a same-game parlay and use promo code CASH at sign-up. That's promo code CASH. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund, $25. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. For problem gambling support, call 1-800-889-9789.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Sports 56 traffic.
We got an accident on Hickory Hill at Winchester. Also, accident on Winchester Road at Sweeney Road. All 3 lanes on Winchester Road is blocked due to that accident. Just looking at here, that's pretty much it. Just those 2 accidents so far on the roadways this morning. And this is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Sorry, Charlie, for the imposition. I think I got the strength to carry on.
Oh, yeah.
I need a drink and a quick decision.
You might hear this on 107.5, a little classic hit, as we celebrate Soft Rock Tuesday. True soft rock.
She's gone.
You never let out of the sheet. No cap.
I don't think that's a good idea, but
See, he paid the devil to replace him. What you think about this?
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think that's the wise decision. But I mean,
I've seen that go wrong.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not what you want to do. I just say just in general. I'm just as a heads up for all the people out there. Don't do that.
Yeah, making
Don't
deals
involve
with potential
With the
evil
devil?
beings can be
It's
Correct.
not
Not so
ideal.
good.
like Trey Young. Like I talked about in the last segment, you can't make deals with terrorists, man.
It
Like
seems like he sold his soul to the devil.
if you're a second year player and you're doing all that, like you need to be trying to make plans to trade that player. Like you don't need to be trying to, oh yeah, let's go spend $60 million on dudes. Like no, that's not what you do. That's not how you handle your offseason. Like and to imagine I had actual arguments with people about this.
But it was a fair argument, and I brought this up when the Grizzlies had their offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 2013-2014 Suns, when they were in contention of making the playoffs for the first time in like years. They had a super young team.
You have to know who you are.
You have to know who you are. Had a super young team with like 2 great point guards that was serviceable, and they went out and got Brandon Knight and Isaiah Thomas for no reason. When they had Eric Bledsoe and Goran Dragic. Just build the team.
The Suns just the kings of skipping steps.
Poverty personified.
Like
Habitual line skippers. No cap. All right. All right. So we going into the break, we talked about family, and as for those of us who watch Fast and Furious, family's what's all you got. It's all you got.
That's all you get.
Whether you're talking about Vin Diesel and a ragtag group of ne'er-do-wells who get together to, I don't know, fight crime or something. I'm not sure exactly what happened with that whole series, but in any event, they're a family. And, of course, we all have our, blood relatives as well. And family is important. Family's vital. Family is the bedrock of life in so many ways. Mm-hmm. But Anthony's saying family doesn't need to be getting involved sometimes in certain aspects of your life, especially social media aspects of your life. It just doesn't work. And I bring this up because I am I was really taken aback and kind of just a little honestly a little bit upset,
maybe a
little perturbed. Yeah, I think that's fair to say by what happened with Ja Morant's mom, who got herself in the mix. Somebody we don't really talk about. We talk about T. Morant, but we don't really talk about Ja's mom.
Mother Morant.
Jamie, Mother Morant. We don't mention a whole lot of, but she got herself into the mix with a tweet about none other than our pal Brevin Knight,
of all people,
who she put Brevin Knight on blast.
Are you going to share this in full context? Are you going to say what Brevin said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So Brevin Knight, the essentially to bit the long story short, because it really was it was hard to even understand initially like what the complaint was. But Brevin Knight was talking about how John Morant picked up a technical, and John Morant had already picked up a technical in the game, and he had been kicked out of the last game because of complaining about the officials. And Brevin Knight was playfully drawing the comparison between John Morant and the Grizzlies' previous well-known point guard, a gentleman by the name of Mike Conley, who you may know, famously did not get a single tech in his career, and they told the story about how Monty McCutcheon teed him up one time but then rescinded it afterwards, and how Mike, really just feels like he can't get a tech, and it was just the whole thing. Just a whole different thing. And John Morant, and the idea was, I thought he was really being sort of complimentary of Ja in many respects, to say like, hey, he's got attitude. Hey, he's going to tell it like it is. He's not going to hold back. Maybe that's more helpful for the Grizzlies to have a
that's 100% how I took it.
That's really what I took from it, is just like that this is where it's a different era. It's a new attitude.
Yeah.
It's a more aggressive Grizzlies. We're not going to be the doormat anymore, that kind of thing, right? But that's not how Mrs. Morant took it. She took it a whole different situation. She said that she essentially said that, and you have to it's hard to her tweets are protected, which is probably good. That overall is good.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately for her, it was brought. All this was kind of brought into it because Ja responded himself. But she said, something to the effect of, you can't be ripping my guy. We hear what you're saying. Yes, there's a difference between the old point guard and the new point guard, and the new point guard is going to be who he is, and that kind of thing. And he added Brevin Knight said, "You're right. There's a big difference between the point guard from last year and this year!" Exclamation point. Two different players for sure, different generations, and better yet, my child is going to speak up about the refs and the obvious no calls toward our team versus other teams.
Right.
And then the only I wouldn't even have really been that big. That wouldn't even have been a big deal to me, except that Ja jumps in, Ja Morant himself, and responds, said, "Praise you when you're up, bash you when you're down. We know this, Ma. LOL. We always good."
But Ja's not down. If you ask Ja, he's not down, right? He's doing what he wants to do. He's doing what he feels like his role is. So he's not.
He had
down.
a plus minus of 30.
Yeah. So what
30.
is he talking about? Man,
this is alarming. I don't like it, man. I mean, Ja's 21. He's gone. I don't know, man. This is just. It's interesting because we talked about it yesterday. How I felt like he was spending too much time on social media. I hate to micromanage or nitpick or whatever, but I don't think it's helpful for him at all. I don't think I think it's indicative of a guy that's like self-conscious about his game and about what's happening and how he's struggling right now.
Yeah.
But I got a little upset, man. I got to be honest with you. Like when I saw Ja Morant and his mom trying to sort of insinuate, and Brevin responded what are you guys talking about? What is that? What are you saying? I didn't say anything about it. And Ja's mom was like, all right, well I heard it like I heard it, but that's fine. We're gonna keep it moving. She's like 9. Family does not need to get involved, man. You can't. Listen, I got kids. Sane's got kids. Zach
does not.
So Atlanta fans said the game was ugly on Twitter. You know what I mean? I get it.
I mean, well, yeah, it's like when you it doesn't matter when you have something involved with your kids, you have a blind spot about whether you can see it the right. Like if someone's just being goofy or joking or whatever, you can't. Maybe you can't see it that way. Maybe you just can't take it that way. It's your kid or whatever. Man, look, do not read it. Don't read it. Don't get yourself in that. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Nothing good comes of it. Nothing.
Ever.
Defending your kid only makes the kid. People say, "Oh, you look, his mama got to come in and fight his battles for him," and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't help. And on top of that, Brevin Knight is like this is why I was really upset, because Brevin is like the most professional dude out there. He'll call it like it is, but no one has been more effusive of the praise of Ja Morant than Brevin, and there's no way that Ja even listened to it. I don't think. How could he?
No way he heard it.
There's no way he went back on the broadcast and found out what this was. He just started taking little digs and stuff like, "Oh yeah, we know what it is. We know how it is. They're bashing you when you." What do you mean bashing you when you're down? Who's bashing and who's down? They just won by 50. It's a 50-point win, and this is what's happening. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like that,
wild.
man. I hate to get involved in like Twitter stuff versus whatever because like it doesn't really matter in the scheme of things about what's on the floor. But I don't know. This to me is not
weird,
the
man.
kind of
it is weird.
mentality I want to see from Ja Morant.
And here's who I'm going to point a finger at. There's a third party involved. Well, there's a fourth party involved that we're not mentioning. We've mentioned Mother Morant. We've mentioned Brevin Knight. And we mentioned Ja Morant. But there's an obvious fourth party that we're not mentioning. We're not mentioning the snitch that needs stitches. I'm assuming there's one. Because if I guarantee you that Brevin Knight's mom didn't actually hear that the way that she responded to.
I mean Ja Morant's mom.
What did I say?
You said Brevin Knight's mom.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what Brevin's mom was doing.
Yeah, she probably didn't. You do what? You do what for a living, baby?
Brevin Knight's mom seems like the kind of lady that I don't know. I don't know her. I have no anything about her, but I bet she doesn't even like sports. She seems like probably like she's into like academic pursuits of some sort.
Something like that, probably.
Seems like a very smart family.
I wouldn't be surprised. But I guarantee you she didn't hear that firsthand. I guarantee you somebody came to her and told her. They probably misheard it and came to her and told her something that wasn't even there. And that happens a lot, man. And I'll say this. Ja Morant is easily the most talented player that's ever put on a Grizzlies uniform. He has the potential to be a megastar in the NBA. But there's someone giving him and his crew bad advice. I don't know who that person may be. This isn't me speaking out of intel, but there's someone that's creating an invisible wedge between him and the media, and it's ridiculous. Like, bro, Memphis is the most softball throwing media market in the country. There's no other.
Easily.
There's no
Oklahoma City, New Orleans, pretty similar.
No,
small markets are small markets.
Oklahoma City Thunder called Kevin Durant soft when the Grizzlies had them down. Whatever, that would not happen here. Like nobody would.
There's one guy. That's what it is.
Okay.
There's one guy, Barry Trammell, and everybody else is
okay. No. I'll give you that.
That's just Barry Trammell.
But the fact remains that Memphis is a very soft media market. Like we don't do.
Agreed. Oh no one
right.
is.
So that's a made up enemy. Like you have no enemies here, John. Like no one is an enemy of yours. We give Chris Harrington a hard time because he was like, well, I think John's shots kind of needs mechanics looked at, and everyone destroys Harrington for saying that. Like nobody really comes at Ja about anything. It's all praise.
That's I think I think on this show we've probably been the most critical of Ja as far as the shot and everything else. And he's shooting like 20% from three for the month. Like he hadn't made a three in forever. Like it's not. I mean there's some legitimate issues there.
Right.
For him long term. Like he's got to get that squared away. But so Harrington is right about that, and we've talked about that. It's but yeah, in terms of like criticism, like that's a very mild
yeah, man. It's
critique.
So strange.
That's
it's so strange, man. Like,
but I told you this a while ago, Anthony Sane, and I'm gonna go back to it when we return. I'm gonna tell you what's happening here. I'm gonna explain to you. I'm gonna put on my amateur psychologist cap again, as I like to do from time to time.
Yeah, we realize
and we're gonna get down to the bottom of this whole thing. Because the Grizzlies in action tonight against the guy that Ja has modeled his game after in Russell Westbrook, and there's some lessons to be learned from that as well.
Yep.
We'll talk about that when we continue live from the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Star Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Have you ever heard of anyone attributing their success to sitting around and doing nothing? Yeah, me neither. So why are you letting your hard-earned savings and retirement accounts just sit around and do nothing? Now is not the time to sit on the sidelines. Now is the time to make your money work as hard for you as you did for your money. Put your savings and retirement accounts into something that will work for you, like real gold and silver. No, not gold and silver stocks, but real gold and silver you can actually hold in your hands. How do you get real gold and silver? By calling the Oxford Gold Group today at 833-600-GOLD. The Oxford Gold Group will teach you everything you need to know about owning real gold and silver. It's easier than you think. Call the Oxford Gold Group right now, 833-600-GOLD, to get your free gold and investment guide. The Oxford Gold Group is the only gold and silver company I trust, and you should too. Get the Oxford Gold Investment Guide today and learn how easy it is to have real gold delivered to your home or how to have real gold and silver in your retirement account. Call the Oxford Gold Group today at 833-600-GOLD. That's 833-600-GOLD.
Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high-quality, great-tasting, and easy-drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Spending all my nights, all my money going out on the town.
Oh, yeah. This definitely sounds like some of the classic hits you might hear on 107.5.
Yes, sir.
A lot of good classic songs. This is a little baby comeback. So we're talking about family, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking about problems and this whole situation. With,
things that can be problematic.
John Morant choosing to focus on whether he knew or not, or whether his family heard or not, or whatever, but choosing to make the focus about some relatively benign comments from Brevin Knight, rather than any other thing that's going on around. And here's what I would say, and you could see it with Russell Westbrook as well. And I think it's sort of coincidental that the Grizzlies are playing Russell Westbrook and the Wizards tonight. 6 o'clock, it's an early tip because of the East Coast thing, so just make a note of that. See, saying this is the downside to having your dad be your first hater. There's a few downsides to this.
I don't know why that was so funny.
The downside to this, man. The downside to it. Obviously he's imbued Ja with a lot of competitive juices and constant work ethic and all that stuff, and all that will serve him well. No question about it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are perceiving that everything has to be seen through the prism of this is a slight, or you don't believe in me, or the only motivational factor comes from I got to prove you wrong, I got to prove that you're wrong. Mm-hmm. What happens when you run out of enemies?
And when you make enemies and aren't you?
Well, this is my point. When you run out of enemies, when you are in a society, when you're in a situation where everyone loves you, which everyone loves Ja in the city, everyone respects his ability. No one thinks that he's anything other than a superstar. His teammates all respect his ability. He's on a path that everyone says to stardom. He's getting a lot of national attention. What happens when you don't have enemies? You have to make some. If that is the only way that you are wired, if that's the only way that gets your juices flowing, then you got to find some random guy on Twitter that one night who said that he didn't have the fire in Ja's eyes.
Right.
And Ja devoted an entire game to some random dude on Twitter who became a famous guy for who cares what that guy thinks? But Ja laser focused on that one random person, taking something that was said by Brevin Knight, who is extremely supportive and professional about it, but is also obviously a huge fan of Ja's talent, and turning it into some kind of bash you when you're down. They're not down, and it wasn't bashing, but you're creating enemies where none exist, and it's a hard way to live. Mm-hmm. And you can ask Russell Westbrook about that, because Russell Westbrook did the same thing in Oklahoma City. Created a very adversarial relationship with the vast majority of the media there, all of whom loved the guy and were trying to be, supportive of the guy, except for the one dude. Everyone else was like, man, Russell's great. Oh, look at the triple doubles. Oh my gosh, he deserves all the respect and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And teammates, got a little tired of trying to deal with all this stuff, of having to get the rebounds and everything. I'm going to tell you now, Ja's young, so there's still time to learn. Mm-hmm. That's a hard way to live.
Oh, for sure.
That's a hard way to live. And that's mentally tiring situation. You have got to find a way to motivate yourself that does not involve turning people into enemies.
And speaking from someone, I joke a lot about my rise or, things about me, but being someone who created a lot of false enemies myself. You know what I mean? I know that mm-hmm. I know what he's going through. Like, you know what I mean? So, but he's just going about it the wrong way, man. And as you, like, we joked about how me and Cam would joke about you or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like,
I was gonna say I was one of those false enemies at one point.
Peter had no problem with anything we were doing. But we just, whoever's already there, that's who we got an issue with. You know what I mean? So
exactly, yeah.
But what Ja has to realize is that, bro, like, these people we're not against you. Like, there's literally no one in Memphis media that has an issue with Ja Morant. And no one is saying, and like, Ja's having a rough stretch of play. Like this year, mm-hmm. the year that we were expecting him to take the next leap and, look like an all-star and all those type of things, and that hasn't looked that way. But I ain't tripping. Peter, you tripping about Ja's season this year?
No, no.
I don't think anybody is.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, and if he clearly is, because he feels triggered by things about his performance, whatever. And he's saying, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm good. I'm just trying to set up my teammates. I'm just trying to, do that." I even asked the question: could that be legit? Could that be really what he really wants to do? But then he's out here, he's pressed about someone who really was giving him props. And it's like, bro, like, we're not on edge. You don't have to be on edge. We got your back. We're going to support you no matter what's going on. That's just Memphis, man. That's just the kind of city we are. Like I said when he first got here, dude, if you love this city, the city going to love you back. That's real. Like, everyone knows it. And I don't get it. It's really not that big of a deal, but it can be problematic because even in what comes off in us criticizing him, we're saying these things concerned about him because, like, that's mm-hmm. not – it's a horrible way to live, man. Like, you're being super uptight and stressing out about stuff, and like, bro, we get it. It's fine. We're not destroying your jump shot. We're not destroying your defense. We see it, but it's like, bro, hey, you're 21. You're a great player. You're an awesome player. You'll figure it out. Like, no one in the city is tripping about this stuff, man. Like, there's no need to create invisible enemies or pretend enemies, because that's really all that's going on.
And you could see what happened with Russell Westbrook, where he mm-hmm. drove a lot of people to kind of be against him at the end. He has a lot of supporters, a lot of people that love him. He's a very nice dude by all accounts, good family guy, laid back, and but he created this persona that he needed to get himself juiced up. It's hard, man. It's mentally.
We maybe could talk about this more with the whole Russell Westbrook thing. Where Russell Westbrook's your guy. Yeah. It may be how you feel like you're supposed to handle everybody.
Exactly. I think that's all. That's why I brought it up, saying because I think it's all related. I think mm-hmm. all of it is related. Like, this is where you put your motivation, probably because T. Morant put his motivation there for Ja mm-hmm. growing up and seeing what happened. And if you see everybody as a potential enemy or a potential hater. As just to use because I think enemy's too strong of a word, but just somebody who's like just one step away from challenging you and saying you can't do something and all that stuff. That's a hard way to go. At some point, you got to have that self-belief and that self-confidence. Mike, this is the Michael Jordan stuff where it's like, he picked a fight with some random dude. And you know what, man? That worked for Mike because Mike, in his core, was a super confident guy who would kick back and joke and smoke the cigars and all that stuff. And I don't think that he might do it as a fun thing to kind of get him juiced up. Like that time Larry Bird, who was an amazing trash talker, played that entire game against the Clippers left-handed. Right. Only shot left, scored 40 points, only left-handed because he said he was saving his right hand for the Lakers. That's some incredible That's some incredible trash talk right there. But he used it as a Jordan picked some random dude in March because he'd won championships and he just needed to get himself kind of juiced up for one regular season game. He didn't really was that the only thing that he used to motivate himself? No. Did he use it sometimes? Yeah, but you can't live that way. You can't. It's going to be a miserable existence if you're going to live that way because all you're going to see are enemies where people are really trying to be your friends.
And the thing is with Ja, I don't really care how Ja feels about me. I haven't said anything bad about the kid.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about me.
But let me clarify this. Let me just throw this out there. Ja, you got to also keep in mind, Ja's people or whoever's listening, you got to keep in mind that the main media outlet that speaks for you or that is the voice for you. If you get all us against you, if you want all us to be your enemy or whatever, the one that's that controls the narrative, that's the one that really can spin things for you. So, so you might want to keep a couple of us on your good side because we're the ones that can paint the true picture for you. So
yeah, exactly. That's I'm just going to continue to keep it real, but I'm just saying we need to. I hope this is some friendly, unsolicited advice about living life. It's hard to live life that way. Sure. That basketball. That's also off the court too. That's just in your regular life. It's hard to live that way. When we come back, we may. You know what? I may talk to Coach JJ about this. We got Coach JJ. Speaking of motivation,
I'm sure he has to because he's got Damian Ball's mom was into the chat as well.
Oh Lord! Oh geez. Yeah, I know he deals with it in all kinds of ways. We'll talk about it with him and more when we come back. Real Sports Star, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better. They've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
This is a job alert. If you're looking for work, this will interest you. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or even something temporary if you've been recently furloughed. Text 107-JOB to 49330. That's 107-JOB to 49330. Office work available now in a clean office environment with all COVID precautions taken. Text 107-JOB to 49330 and someone will be in touch about these job opportunities available now. Text 107-JOB to 49330.
You ever lie awake at night, can't sleep, not wanting to see what time it is because that's just going to keep you up? Tonight, try ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended-release melatonin helps you fall asleep naturally and then slowly releases so you stay asleep longer through the night. It's non-habit-forming with no next-day grogginess. ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night, so you can fall asleep and stay asleep. Available at retailers near you.
Hi, I'm Tito Beveridge, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches, 6482 Poplar Avenue just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We're still working on accidents on Winchester Road at Hickory Hill, and also the accident on Winchester at Sweeney Road, which right now has 3 lanes blocked off this morning. So just take it easy out there. It's not a lot of rain on the roadways, but just give yourself some time. Just take it easy out there. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Some people see a change. Some will remain the same.
Oh, listen to that. Come on. Oh. I mean, come on. That voice right there, man. The patron saint of soft rock.
Of Blue-Eyed Soul.
Blue-Eyed Soul. I mean, this is what it's all about. Since we're not Quiet Storm, since we let Jack, I told you we could do Quiet Storm into March. We got a 2-week.
Jack.
I was gonna say I just told you, and I said Zach, so I combined it to Jack. Zach, I told you we got it. We don't have to just keep the Quiet Storm in the month of February. We can extend it out.
I know.
But we got that Black History Month extension that because of the snow and ice and all that stuff. So
I throw some in for today.
Well, this is fine. I mean, this is this is on the bridge. We're not there, but we're on the bridge to it. So I'm just saying. I know all of February was all Quiet Storm pretty much. So, I didn't want to just completely.
Yeah, a lot of February was Quiet Storm.
Yeah.
It was pretty much all Quiet Storm, which is fine. It's great. I love Quiet Storm. A nice little, a nice mix. That's all I'm saying. It is hour number 2 here on this Tuesday. We are here in the Family Leisure Studios. I'm Peter Edmiston. He's Anthony Sane. That is our friend Zach Boyd, of course, producing the program on a nice morning. The sun is peeking through. We're hopefully going to see not rain. Would be nice for a while as the ground is completely saturated. But it's going to be a little chilly. It's a little bit chilly out there right now. I'm not going to lie to you. It's 39. And we may get a little more rain later on, later this morning, maybe. Just, in the afternoon, possibly. But after that, I think that's the end of it. And if my forecast is correct, after that, we are good to go rain-wise for a while. So hopefully that is indeed the case. We've talked about a lot of issues today, but we got to talk about the Tigers in action tonight taking on USF, a game that was moved up a day in hopes of trying to switch the schedule around to get one of these canceled games in at least. But unfortunately, that was not to be. So the game will happen tonight, and then they'll get ready for Sunday in Houston. Joining us now to talk about it is our good friend, assistant coach of the Tigers, Coach JJ, Jermaine Johnson, at I am Coach JJ on Twitter. Jermaine, good morning. How are you, man?
Good morning, man. How you guys doing?
Good, bro.
Well,
good
doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, man. If I had you guys' hands, I'd cut mine off.
What can you take us through? So Sunday, you guys get it done. First time the Tigers have won in Cincinnati since 2007. A game in which you guys led wire to wire, got a little bit iffy at the very, very end, but for the most part, a game where you guys had control of proceedings. When you see this team and how they've responded to the long break that you've had COVID-wise, had a couple of those, had all these challenges that have come through, what did you make of the performance on Sunday?
Well, I saw a bunch of guys come together and really do it for Alex Lomax, man. Their focus was zoomed in. They were intentional about the task at hand, and being one soldier down to come together to go to Cincinnati, somewhere where you haven't won in 14 years, and to, win, I would say comfortably, because we kind of held a solid lead. We led for the whole entire game, and we had an 8 to 10 point lead, throughout the duration of the game on a team that was on a 6-game winning streak. I thought it was a Herculean effort.
Coach, you talked about Alex Lomax. We've got some, updates on him pretty much. What's the team's morale as far as, like, how are they feeling about the whole situation with him? How is he doing, and when do you expect him back?
He's doing well. His spirits are up. He's rehabbing and just taking one day at a time. The team has really embraced him, and right now it's for him as a player who was, hitting his stride mentally. It can affect you, and those guys have really come together and really being there for him and keeping his spirits up. So I thought that act has been really beneficial for our growth as a team and as a program.
How much do you focus in on the scheduling drama? Everyone knows, and Penny talked about it after the game on Sunday, that you guys wanted to try to reschedule the Wichita State game and the Houston game, certainly, and the fact that the Houston game ends up being moved to Houston because of the cancellation of the first one. The conference was supposed to try to facilitate some of this stuff, hasn't been able to happen for whatever reason. How much do you focus on that, Jermaine? How much do you say? Are you in on that stuff, or do you just kind of try to keep what you're doing to just coaching?
No, that's a great question, man. When things like that come about, it's all about the psychology of the game, psychology of the sport. And so getting guys in our individual meetings, I told those guys, it is what it is, man, and it's going to take what it takes. I said, pride is impossible. I said, but experience said it's risky. I said, reason called it pointless, and instinct said do it now. So how do we do it now? We got to look at whatever they put in front of us. And then I said, never let a speed bump become a roadblock, because the question is not, will you be knocked down? Would you get up? And so those guys have taken our meeting and really responded, man. We don't care. We just happy that we have an opportunity to play. Whoever we play, the old coach that used to play, Vince Lombardi, said, anywhere, anyhow, anytime, wherever. Let's just play.
Coach, what do you like? We know how you guys think as coaches, as far as when things come out like bracket projections and all those type of things. Do the players notice those type of things? Do they pay attention? Do they even understand it, what it's talking about, or are they just focused on winning the next game on the schedule?
I just think they don't even pay attention to those things. They just want to play basketball. These are 18 and 23, 24-year-olds, who just want to play basketball, play the game they love. And so when you let the powers that be, the decision makers, do their job, and as players, you do your job, and as coaches, you prepare your players for the battle at hand. That's all you can control. You have to control what you can control.
Coach, how are you feeling about the things, like you talked about things you can't control? You talked about the energy with the slice and things like that. How do you, as Jermaine Johnson individual, how do you feel about the team's chances of where you are now based on what's left on the table as far as games and the tournament, things of that nature?
I feel really good. I think this month of March is about surviving and advancing, and so we just got to continue to improve every day, continue to really lock in and zoom in on the task at hand. And so we have to ask ourselves, what is the task at hand? We have to be able to go against ourselves every single day and fight complacency. We got a big win. Okay, so what? We're going to celebrate? We're going to enjoy it? No. On to the next one. We got to go play a really good South Florida team on the road for their senior night. And that's that's what's in front of us. We have to make each day our masterpiece and really hone in on the job at hand. And we got to take whatever it takes to get a W. We got to do that, and we have to stay focused and do it together.
The performances that we've seen of late, and I thought a really strong effort the other night from Boogie Ellis, who has stepped up when has been called upon. And he's a guy, Jermaine, that came in. A lot of people had a lot of expectations, hype, thoughts about what he was going to be all about. And he's had his ups and his downs, but it seems as though in the last few weeks he has found his spot. He's found what he needs to do. What has his development been like in talking to Boogie? What kind of kid is he?
Boogie's a great kid. He's very hard on himself. He takes coaching really personal, and sometimes it can become a default. But what I've really come to understand and learn about Boogie, he has talent. And most of the kids on this team and a lot of the top team kids in this conference have talent. But it's not about talent. And I had to tell Boogie, and Coach had constantly honed in on him, that it's about being talented, the ED. That's the extra dimension. Because you have to separate yourself.
Oh!
Come on. Talented. All these kids have talent, but you have to be talented.
Come on,
if you want to be
that's right.
the separation.
Come on, hit that music.
So,
hit that music, Zach.
And so the ED, you have to capitalize that E, capitalize that D, and that's the extra dimension.
Yes, sir. You got to capitalize on it. Come on now.
Absolutely.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Peter,
come on, Coach.
Peter, Anthony Fain has a new haircut. I thought he was Will Smith when I saw him on Facebook.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Hey, Coach. With that ED though, you can apply that ED to anything. You can have a gift, but not be gifted. Come on, now, Coach. Come on.
That's right.
I like that.
Hey.
I like that.
Oh. Come on now. How about you can bless somebody, but can you be blessed? Let's think about that for a little bit. Come on now.
Oh,
there we go. That's right. That's right.
Coach, I had a friend that texted me. Coach, he said, tell JJ I need a word from the Lord today. I said, no, you need to ask God for that word. It's gonna come through. It's gonna come through JJ, and there it
is. Man,
that's just right there. That's just too the Reverend has spoken on it. I think it's very, very important. As tonight, the Tigers and South Florida, a game that you guys earlier in the season, in the midst of a tough stretch right before the beginning of the new year. At home, you guys won, but it was certainly not easy against this the South Florida squad. Things have changed, obviously, for both teams since then. But what is the expectation tonight in a game that the outsider, somebody like me, looks at and says, "Oh, Tiger should win this game. South Florida's really been struggling lately, and then they're not an elite team, et cetera, et cetera." But I know you look at it differently as a coach. What do you see in this game as you prep?
The ultimate result is obviously to win, but we know it's a process, and you can't just show up and win. So we have to do some things. I think we got to come out with the 3 E's. We got to come out with energy. We got to come out with effort, and we have to execute. That's first and foremost. Also, we got to be super active in our presses. We got to be really active in our presses. No, we can't allow any penetration, especially with Caleb Murphy and David Collins. We have to win the first dribble. We got to be there on the catch and win the first dribble when they bounce the ball, and we got to stop penetration. We got to create scoring off great defense. At this time of the year, everybody's going to try to play good defense, but we have to separate ourselves and be uncommon and play great defense. And then we got to dominate the backboards. We got to win the war on the boards. And last but not least, so to cut down on turnovers, here's your word. We got to play smart and hard.
Yes, sir.
Man, I love all of it. All right, so this is another question. That is, we were talking about this earlier, and so I was wanting to get a word from you from a coaching perspective, and you've obviously seen it at all levels. In high school, the involvement certainly of parents and family. But we were discussing this in the context of some players. It seems as though the motivation always has to be somebody doesn't believe in me, or there is an antagonist, somebody out there to be a hater, somebody who's proven me that doesn't believe in me, etc., and all that stuff. And we're talking about that in the context of some of these the parents, and John Morant's parents were getting after Brevin Knight, of all people, after the other night, and it just seemed like it was all a little bit too much. Can a player be motivated strictly by haters, people who don't believe in him? Can you play that card exclusively, or how do you get to a player who feels like they have to have an antagonistic motivation?
Wow, that's interesting to know. I think some players, when they hear didactic criticism, I think that they're motivated intrinsically. So whatever that common denominator is to hit that button, I think it becomes an innate desire to say, okay, I'm gonna show you. And then oftentimes other players, they don't even listen to the clutter. They have a clutter-free mindset, and so they don't even pay any attention to it. And those are the mature players. Those are the mature people where you have a clutter-free mindset. You don't pay attention. You don't hear the noise. You just stay focused. You stay focused on the task at hand. You keep looking forward, and don't look left, don't look right, don't look back. You keep looking forward.
Coach, you got a couple parents who frequent the Facebook groups. Parents of players. What are your thoughts or advice maybe for parents who feel like they have that urge to have that quick trigger in response to people criticizing their children, or do you think that should be in there at all, or what's your advice for parents who do those type of things?
It's tough because I can't put myself in their shoes simply because that's I can sympathize, but I can't empathize because I don't understand it. You know what I mean? If I had a child that played at Christian Brothers or Lemoyne Owen, and I see all these different blogs or Facebook pages or fan pages, and people are ridiculing my child over a game called basketball, I don't know how I take that. I don't know how I respond. And so I really can't speak on that in regards to, I can't empathize with that because I never endured that thing whereby your child is being castigated and judged and critiqued. I really can't, because everybody's different. Some parents are mature and will say, you know what, hey, they talked about Jesus. Hey, let that fuel your fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then some parents want to go off the edge. You know what I mean? Right. And say, "Oh, no, don't come for us like that." No, you know. So it's different. But I don't really have a response to that because I can't empathize. I've never been through that.
Exactly. That's a good.
Well, and you know, the thing is that you can't. I mean, as a parent, myself and all that, and you can't like. It's got to be hard knowing that it's a very public forum, but that's part of the gig, going into playing a very well followed interesting sport like basketball that especially around here in Memphis, we love basketball. It's a basketball town. There's going to be people that have opinions on the matter, and are they informed opinions? Maybe not, but they're going to have opinions nonetheless. To me, Coach, you can't. If you are searching out criticism in your life, you can find it. It is easy to find, whether that's internally or externally. If you are seeking out negativity in order to fuel your fire, you can find it, but the cost of that is pretty heavy from a psychological point of view. You look at it, and the world becomes an antagonistic one rather than a protagonistic one. People are, if everything you see is an enemy waiting to happen, that's a very hard way to live, Coach. And I applaud what you said about intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, because I just worry about kids that's what fuels them, because I just think that's a very stressful, hard way to live. And at some point you run out of enemies and you start making enemies out of friends.
Right. That's a great point. A great point. Absolutely. But it's a different type of conundrum, man. When you have these kids, but I think oftentimes, man, that's part of the territory of being at a high major in a basketball crazed city, where fans are passionate about the sport of basketball. And so this is what you signed up for. But guess what? That's life. Because you're going to always be judged and ridiculed in every facet of life. So I believe basketball mimics life skills, but, the individual that love these young men and women, you have to come to the rescue and be a protector, per se, for the people that they love. Is it fair or is it unfair? I just think it's a privilege to be able to play the game. And as we go through the game and playing the game, we learn through these experiences and we overcome them. And we don't use it as a blockade. We use it as motivation and to be better in life.
Well, Coach, you guys have you know what's ahead of you as far as the games on your schedule and games that will be made up and won't get made up, and you know what's ahead of you as far as the conference tournament is concerned. You guys have a bye in the first round of the conference tournament, of course. So, like, where are your expectations as you guys go into the tournament? Like, what are you kind of pumping into the guys, like, as far as ignoring the noise? You talked about ignoring the noise, all those type of things. Like, what are your expectations to see them when they go into this final stretch of the season?
It's the postseason, and everybody know what postseason means. You're going to see it in all the infomercials, all the commercials. One shining moment, and so if you know what your path has been and where you have to go, sometimes there's no next time. Saying no timeout, no second chances. Sometimes it's just now or never. And so that's the mindset you got to have.
Well, and obviously you got to focus on this one. You got to focus on that game against Houston, which could be big for tournament chances, and then the postseason tournament coming up. So a lot on your mind, but the motivation is there. I hope you guys, everybody, got the word that they needed today. And I hope that your morning is now, because if you don't, it's your own fault.
It's your fault. Yeah,
if you don't, it's your own fault. I mean, that information's there for you. You can pick it up, you can take it or not, but that's up to you. But the information has been there. So now, hopefully, you've learned. Jermaine Johnson, the assistant coach for the University of Memphis men's basketball team, and also our motivational voice joining us this morning. Coach, we love it. I feel inspired. I'm going to go out there and run through a brick wall, and I hope our listeners do the same thing, metaphorically speaking, of course.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys for having me on, man.
Appreciate you coming on with us, Coach.
Guys, have a great
we love
day,
talking
man.
to you, too, man. Yeah, man.
Man, I love being
exactly
on it, man. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, man, there's a lot you can learn. Coach JJ is he drops.
He's a wise brother, man. He drops. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he got the motivational. Mm-hmm. He got the the stuff with different words combining we've got the whole portmanteau, but then he's just going to drop like castigate on you in the middle of this thing, intrinsic versus extrinsic. He's going to drop it all on you. He just said, I'm going to do it all. I'm going to do a little bit of this. I'm a little bit of that. He's a Renaissance man. That's what I like right there. So, as a vocabulary guy, a former mathlete, and all that, I appreciate that we got mathlete. That's what it's all like. All right, thank you, Coach. Y'all be safe, travel safe, and hopefully let's get a W tonight.
Thank you, man. You guys have a great day.
Appreciate it. That's Coach JJ joins us. I love it. I love it.
For sure.
He drops those wisdom bombs on you, man, just out of nowhere. Just throws that in. Talent ed, that ED, extra dimension.
Extra
dimension.
Boom! Come on. I hope he's still listening, man, because I took my own notes. Hey, man, when he was dropping it. And what I pulled from it was, hold on, because I added my own dimension. Come on now. Come on, somebody.
Okay.
Because with the ED, it can also mean extra discipline. Oh, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
And also extra determination. Oh, see, y'all didn't want to.
That's right.
See, sometimes the word can spark a word.
How about endless desire?
Oh,
you don't want to hear about that. You don't hear about that now. Come on. You don't want to hear about that.
Yeah, see, sometimes that word can be a seed in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
And what's the last two letters in the word seed?
Oh, come on now.
ED. That's exactly right. That's right.
You can see, but you ain't got the seed. Oh, come on now. Y'all didn't want to. Yeah, we can go to commercial on that, man. We can go to the break on we can go to the break on that.
Oh, that's exactly right. The seed.
Oh, come on now.
That's what it's all about now. Everyone knows how to say that seed. That seed, what does it need? It needs all kinds of things, but it needs water. It needs light.
Yeah,
it
come
needs
on now.
Truth.
And time.
And that's exactly
time
what
and patience.
And time. You better. That's right.
You got to put time.
That's right. It doesn't happen overnight. You understand what I'm saying?
I ain't never seen it happen overnight.
And fertilize.
Yeah.
Are you going to be fertilized, or are you going to be fertilizer?
Yeah. Oh,
exactly right.
Woo.
That's so good.
All the way you going with that one.
That's exactly
right. Powerful.
All right, when we come back, I don't know, how can we follow that? I don't know. We'll try. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
The voice of your Memphis Tigers, Dave Woloshin. The man with all the stats, Brett Norsworthy. Together, an unbeatable combo of entertaining and insightful sports talk. Wolo and Stats, 3 hours a day, every weekday from 3 to 6 on Sports 56.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2021 is finally here. Might I suggest we start the wonderful new year with a makeover for your beautiful house. I'm Brian Elder. I'm a roofer. I fix roofs. Don't let them tell you that it has to be replaced when all it may need is some love. 867-0303. Let me love on your roof. I've made quite the reputation over the last decade as the guy to call after the insurance company denies the claim. Overturning a claim that has gone bad is an art form where you argue county code, manufacturer specs, and details of your policy that they have to abide by. So let me see it first. If I say it's a claim, it's a claim. 867-0303. Money is free at Brian Elder Roofing with 0% financing for half a decade. I'll measure your roof from outer space and get you a quote right over the phone. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
2 chocolate chip muffins coming in. Thank you.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Hey, can someone get that?
Like at Claire's Cafe. To satisfy demand for takeout, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
There's an institution in East Memphis that I love talking about. It's the Spirit Shop at 4848 Poplar Avenue, right down the street from Clark Tower, and it looks like a log cabin. It's been around Memphis since 1969 with a family-owned, friendly, knowledgeable sales staff that is just a wonderful place to go. I love going in and talking wine or bourbons, and they've got such great selection. So if you've not visited the Spirit Shop in a while, it's been remodeled. You'll love what you see when you need spirits. Tell Eddie Wollo said hello.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis. Sports 56 traffic.
Nothing new to report on the roadways this morning. So far, so clear. All of the morning accidents before 8 a.m. have been cleared as reported. So just take it easy out there. The roads are still a little slick, and we may or may not have some rain throughout the day. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Until I had them memorized. But when I get up the nerve to tell you the words, just never seem to come out right.
Okay. Yeah.
Only you knew
A little quiet storm right there.
how much I do.
They ain't ready.
They aren't.
That's where they ain't.
They are not ready for it. Just like I wasn't ready for it.
Oh yeah, Coach JJ.
I wouldn't. I mean, I thought I was ready for Coach JJ, but I don't think I was ready for
Yeah,
it.
we be thinking we ready for him and stuff, but you know,
Man,
he'll come in and remind us.
man, just out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I get my mind is now, I feel like I'm more cleared and ready and focused. And, I got my laser focus on what needs
Your
to
mind is
be.
not just clear, it's cleared with the extra dimension. See, come on.
That's exactly cleared up. Cleared up. That's exactly right.
Come on now.
Never forget that. Come on now. They understand that.
They don't understand it, man. It's hard to understand. I get it. I get it.
That's exactly right. I'm going to tell everybody out there now. You don't understand.
Yeah, they don't understand.
Now, if you were motivated by this,
They be trying to understand.
you can pass that hat digitally. Now, I'm just saying, if you want to,
Digitally,
get you put a little money where your mouth is. You know what I mean? That motivation. We certainly the ministry could use.
Yeah, the ministry.
The ministry's always growing.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
We appreciate that.
For sure, man.
Ministry could use those seeds. You know what I'm saying? Planted.
Seeds.
And those seeds of growth.
So.
Am I right, Zach? Now Zach's got this time now for the offertory music, and Zach's going to bless us with something, I'm sure, from the string quartet over there, Zach. No? Okay.
I wasn't prepared for that one. Hold on, wait a minute.
No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
I was trying to pull up the black church staple. It's thank you Lord for all you done for me. Just go ahead and play that. Play that on out, man.
That's all right. That's all right. While we're doing all this, if you maybe you need a little extra money for that offertorial situation, that's where our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook can help with all that. You know what I mean? And the folks can help you. They're doing it the right way, the easy way for you to get involved and have a little extra fun tonight. Whether you're talking about the Tiger game, whether you're talking about the Grizzly game, whatever it may be, and the two games are basically back to back, so you got like a full night if you want to do it that way. Grizzly game will bleed right into the Tiger game, and you can do all that with FanDuel Sportsbook. They got all the latest odds. The Tigers are heavy favorites tonight. You want to jump in on that. Of course, that same game parlay on the NBA, where you can do something. They did kind of a fun little deal last night with Mountain Dew. Did the Mountain Dew tray thing where if you put a $25 or more bet on somebody to be the first scorer, that person, for every 3-pointer, you'd get $3 in site credit. So a fun little thing. They do stuff like that all the time in the mix. In addition to whether you won the bet or not, you still end up with all of that. So just little fun things like that they do throughout. And of course, obviously, the best odds, the business, easiest, best customer service, the easiest process of depositing and then withdrawing when you win. It's very, very simple. In as little as 24 hours, you can have that money back and ready to go. It is FanDuel Sportsbook. Sign up with the promo code BIGHEAD and get that first bet risk-free all the way up to $1,000. That's right. Use promo code BIGHEAD when you sign up. And I think you'll enjoy yourself in the process. It's terrific. Check it out. You must be 21 or older. Terms do apply. Must be in the state of Tennessee. For problem gambling, call 1-800-889-9789. Site credit non-withdrawable and must be used within 14 days. Check it out. It is FanDuel.sportsbook or sportsbook.fanduel.com. You're going to love the great folks at FanDuel Sportsbook. So the texters are responding. They love it. They love Coach JJ. They love the motivation. All that. The Tigers tonight, same. In action, as we mentioned, a game that is obviously a must-win for sure from a NCAA tournament point of view, but also they're playing better, and they want to continue that upward trajectory for the season. And I expect they'll do that even without Alex Lomax, and we've seen some guys step up and get better.
Yeah, I'm more of the thinking that the Tigers are going to have to win the conference tournament to get in. I don't really think any of these games are necessarily must-win games, but they need to keep the momentum up, and they need to figure out who they are without Alex Lomax, who looks to be out for a while. So you need to win this game tonight to keep that momentum going and to kind of establish who you are as a team. I think they can win this game easily, keep that streak alive. I just hope that these guys are getting hot at the right time. Like I said, I don't particularly think they need to build a strength of schedule that can get them in as an at-large. I don't really think that can happen at this point. They've gotten closer, but I just think they need to focus on getting good, getting better here at this the best time of the season to get hot, and hopefully they can go and win that conference tournament coming up in a couple of weeks.
Is there anything in particular that you want to see on the court?
Yeah, Musa Cisse he started off the last game very good. I think if he can just I think he really needs to get going. When you talk about guys on the team that are, pros or whatever, he was the guy who was the for sure pro on the team, and we haven't seen that. I think that this is the time for him to really show that he can be the level of player that can carry us, whether that be offensively or defensively. I think that as a defensive player, he's probably got more of a chance of doing that, but I just hope that we can just see him hit that stride here in his freshman season because he's the guy who's still supposed to be in high school. Technically, but we're here at the end of the season, and I hope that he looks like a much better player than what he looked in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think he's got the amount of talent that he's got, and the the possibility is very, very it's very high with him, and you see the when you look at like future projections, pro prospects, all that stuff. He's top of the charts. It's just a matter of, can he continue to harness it in the right way? He's a guy that, obviously with he's young, he reclassified. I guess he should be a senior in high school, really.
Mm-hmm.
So he's very young, and he plays like it. He plays, he's got a really huge amount of talent, but he's also, prone to some games where it just doesn't come together for him. So I hope that he'll be able to put that together. I agree with you there. I also want to continue to see the growth of that offense, that Lion offense, and I think the other thing that they can build upon is the end of the game. I know it got a little dicey, but they made their free throws.
Yep.
And credit to them, man. That they faced two 1-and-1 front half of 1-and-1 situations with under a minute to play on the road, with the, kind of barrel pointing them down, and they hit them both.
Yep.
They hit clutch free throws, man. That's not something you necessarily have seen with the Tigers, but man,
no,
they did it. So I think you can build on that too, from a mental point of view.
Yeah, this is the time, man. They're on a great streak. They're looking good at the right time. I just think it's just weird pressure they're kind of creating on themselves with the whole, we're not able to make up these games. I think the at-large bid thing shouldn't weigh as heavy, because if you play well and you make a deep tournament run, if you get all the way to the finals of this conference tournament, your resume is going to look good probably anyway. You know what I mean? So I just hope they're not stressing about this, we got slighted thing or they blew our chances. Just go out there and be the best team in the conference for a weekend. That's really all you have to do, and your NCAA tournament dreams, they can come to pass.
It's in their own hands. Yeah, I mean that's it. It's all very much on them. It's in their own hands. They can do it. And I think that's what I hope we'll see from them. And I think it's what we have seen. I think they've matured. I give them credit through the course of the year. It looks like they are a more mature group than they were to start with.
For sure,
that's a sign of good coaching. That's a sign of a team that's growing. That's what you want to see. Improvement throughout, and it's not easy.
No.
So I give him credit. I give him credit for that, especially this year. With all the different challenges that all the teams, not just the Tigers, every team has had their own individual COVID challenges. Some have been hit harder than others, and also, not just
I just
from
thought about being a YouTube challenge, the COVID challenge, like.
Yeah, that's the worst kind of chat. Don't encourage anyone.
Don't do it, kids.
To do that. Don't encourage anyone to do that. These people are.
Just blow on somebody.
Blow it away.
Mess around and get a discount, dog. Like,
man. I can't believe that didn't work.
Blowing it away?
Yeah.
Are we sure it didn't work?
Yeah, no, we're pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it didn't work. I think that's pretty clear. That did not work. So we'll when we come back, I want to talk about a question that I don't know, Anthony Sain. I don't know if I may end up on the wrong side of somebody for asking this question when we come back. But
right.
It's a question I'm gonna ask nonetheless.
Hey, ask away.
I'm gonna have to put my body armor on and ask it. When we
Your
come
body
back.
armor? Is this a John Morant question? Shout out to John body armor.
It is. It is.
Drink?
There's you picked up on that. Picked up on that.
I got you, bro.
I'm glad you picked up on that. Real Sports Talk, Sport 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays.
Lunchy munchy.
Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Make your next grill your last with Big Green Egg. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ceramic will not rust, but will provide the best radiant heat, keeping your food crisp on the outside and juicy on the inside. Step your flavor up with 100% natural lumpwood charcoal. Never have to add charcoal or wood during a cook again, and save money by reusing Big Green Egg lumpwood charcoal. Enjoy the versatility of keeping cook temperatures below 200 or above 700 for searing, and anywhere in between with ease. The Big Green Egg is ready to cook in only 10 to 15 minutes. Just ask Big Green Egg users how great the food is. Satisfaction has been our recipe for success since 1974, and our customers are our biggest testament. Come taste the difference with Big Green Egg and make your next grill your last. Available at East Memphis Ace at the corner of South White Station Road and Quince Road.
Taqueria Express number 6 is now open at 6290 Winchester Road. Taqueria Express has locations all over Memphis, serving the best and most authentic Mexican food. You can dine in and take advantage of the full bar or get your order to go. Call ahead at 901-800-2737 to pick up or use the drive-thru. Plus, online delivery options through Uber Eats is coming soon. Stop into Taqueria Express number 6 at 6290 Winchester Road and find out how you could win a 2021 Nissan Versa. Taqueria Express number 6 is now open.
You ever lie awake at night, can't sleep, not wanting to see what time it is because that's just going to keep you up? Tonight, try ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended-release melatonin helps you fall asleep naturally and then slowly releases so you stay asleep longer through the night. It's non-habit-forming with no next-day grogginess. ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night, so you can fall asleep and stay asleep. Available at retailers near you.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Ben Swinger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 125 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Ben Swinger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. 2 Memphis locations, one in Midtown on Hollywood Street across from the Liberty Bowl, and one in Cordova off Germantown Parkway next to the Fox and Hound. Visit their website, benswingerglass.com. Ben Swinger Glass.
Case IH is a proud supporter of the Mississippi Farm Bureau, and thanks to a membership benefits partnership, Mississippi Farm Bureau members receive a discount of up to $500 on every qualifying Case IH tractor and piece of equipment you purchase. This discount may be used with other promotions, rebates, or offers. So join Mid-South Ag Equipment and the Mississippi Farm Bureau and pocket up to $500 in savings. Call Mid-South Ag at 662-890-3141 to get your discount today.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I'm not meant to live alone.
Yeah.
Turn this house into a home.
Come on now.
Climb the stairs.
Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Not a chance. Welcome back. All right, so here on a beautiful Tuesday, getting a little getting closer to some nice weather. It's good. It's overcast. It's gonna be a little more rain, but then after today, we're through with the rain for a while, so that's good.
Yeah,
I like that. All right, so I'm just going to come out with this, Anthony Sane.
Come on with it, man. Everybody grown. Everybody grown in this conversation.
Shout out to John Morant for his body armor deal, and shout out to our friend Sharon Brown who got a one-on-one with Ja. He answered a few questions in the Memphis Fly.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
Appreciate that. Good job, Sharon. There's no easy way to say this, Anthony Sane.
No, it ain't. Say what you feel, man.
Are we sure that LaMelo Ball isn't better than John Morant?
I didn't see that one coming, but I'm not. Now that you said that, I'm not surprised with what you said, being that you are a LaMelo Ball guy.
I mean,
bro, I cape for Ja, man. I came on this show and said if you could have Luka or Ja, give me Ja, regardless of what Luka's doing on the court. I said that. That came out of Anthony Sane's mouth. So I cape for Ja. You know that.
I know that.
No, I don't know. It's just keep watching games, man. You're not gonna get me in this, man. You're not gonna get me in this.
No, you're gonna have T, Ja.
No, I'm not getting it. I love Ja Morant with a strange amount of love, bro. Like I'm not.
I know.
I'm not getting
I do too. I love Ja Morant. I'm not. It's not a. It's not a. I'm just asking the question. Just asking the question, man. Because. Just asking the question. Because I mean, if you compare
I like
The
big.
two.
See, it's really low down if you ask me that, man, because I like big guards, man. You know I'm a fan of big guards.
I know you like big guards. You cannot
lie.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, if you look at the per 36 minutes and all that, they're very similar, except that LaMelo Ball is a better rebounder, much better rebounder because of his size, obviously. He shoots twice as many threes per 36 minutes as Ja Morant at a I'm comparing them their 2 rookie seasons in this case. Twice as many threes at a higher percentage. So he's a 37% three-point shooter. His shot is similarly kind of jacked up, but he seems to have developed a little more confidence with it and a little further along than Ja at the same stage in his career. Year younger than Ja was his rookie year as well. And also double the steals. He's a 2 steal a game guy per 36 minutes. Ja just the 1. Similar assist numbers as well. And when you watch the passing, it's very similar too in terms of the vision that they have of the court. Both guys are really geniuses when it comes to being able to see the court. Now, what we don't know necessarily about LaMelo is, does he have that dog in him? Does he have that extra gear with the fourth quarter? Does he have that extra little oomph? Because Ja has done that. I don't know that we have that necessarily, but LaMelo's 3-point shot is much further along. 41% of his attempts are threes, which is compared to 19% of Ja's in his rookie year. So I'm just saying, man. I'm not out here trying to start a fight. And maybe I have to do this to get Ja motivated. Maybe this is what Ja needs. Maybe I'll just be that guy that can. I'll sacrifice so that Ja can have some true motivation.
Hey,
maybe that'll be my role in this whole thing.
Yeah, you can talk to TA. Maybe we can have TA hit up John and say, "Hey, boy, Emerson."
He did it to me, and now he's doing it to you.
I wish I could just give him a wedgie.
Oh man. So I'm just saying, man. I think I don't know. It's a lot closer than I ever would have thought at this point. LaMelo Ball is really good, and he helped to lead the way to a huge comeback the other night against the Kings. The Hornets are never out of the game. He's got the Hornets relevant in a way that they have not been since, I don't know, Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson were there.
Let's not say all that. Let's not act like the Kemba Walker that had his team in the playoffs. Come on now.
But that's not the same. Man, Kemba was no.
You mean as far as like star power, like all eyes on me type?
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Kemba
did that,
like
but
Ja.
nobody noticed.
Yeah.
Nobody noticed what
Right.
Kemba was doing.
I get you, just like Ja. Like he isn't as
Yeah.
confident as the grit and grind teams were, but he's got more eyes on the Grizzlies than ever before. I got you.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying. So I don't know, man. Last night against the Hornets or against the Blazers, Hornets lost, but LaMelo was 30 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals, and a block. 10 of 18 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a little distracted because I can hear Zach's like setting his music for the break. I'm kind of distracted because it's my weak spot. He's playing right now.
I'm vibing right now.
Uh-oh. So I don't know, man. I'm just bringing this up. I know it's blasphemy in some circles. I know that if Ja Morant's mom or dad hear that I said this, that maybe it might just be problematic. But I've been watching for a while, man, and I just the Warriors are going. As much as I appreciate James Wiseman, the Warriors really, really messed up not taking LaMelo Ball. That would have been. Y'all are dumb.
I ain't gonna say they're dumb, man, because they took James Wiseman. He's great.
Yeah, no. The ball, LaMelo Ball's ceiling is so much higher than James. No, come on, get out of here. James Wiseman's a good player. He'll be fine. He's not there yet. He's got a long way to go. LaMelo Ball's already that guy.
Man, get up. Bro, I hope that LaMelo doesn't shave his man hairs because he'd be amputating you at the same time. Hope he doesn't mistakenly take you out.
I don't think Coach JJ
great.
would. I don't think Coach JJ would appreciate that. That kind of negativity on my behalf. I'm just saying. I'm just being real with it. If you really watch this dude, I don't know. That guy's gonna be a star. He's already a star.
Who? LaMelo? Oh, he's a beast.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot tighter. It's a lot tighter already. Maybe that's what Ja needs. I hope that's it.
Needs some motivation.
Because I think Ja's season this year has been good but disappointing, and he can do better. His standard is very, very high.
Because here's the thing, man. Like,
I want to see him take it to the next level starting tonight.
Let's say this after the break. There's a couple things I like to say in regards to how Ja responded to some things, questions about his offseason. So I'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think you should do just that. We'll talk about that when we return. Hour number 3 on the way. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
A good friend of mine told me about this awesome place for lunch.
Oh, yeah? What's the name?
Neil's Grill and Bar, where the fat man rocks. Everybody knows Neil.
Where's it located?
It's located in Yorkshire Square off of Quince.
And what's it like?
The best lunch place in Memphis. You know, like real mashed potatoes and gravy. Everything is made from scratch. Monday through Friday, daily lunch specials like Monday baked chicken, Tuesday chicken fried steak, yum, fried chicken livers every Wednesday, Friday Salisbury steak, barbecue chicken, or if you just want a vegetable plate, the best veggies in town.
What about the lunch price?
Meat and 2 veggies, $7.95. Meat and 3 veggies, $9.99. And veggie plate, $8.95. Big fat boy portions, man.
Man, you're making me hungry.
Come hear the best live local music at Neil's. Mondays, karaoke. Tuesdays, Debbie Jameson. Wednesdays, Elmo and the Shades. Thursdays, Eddie Smith. And the best Memphis music all weekend at Neil's Bar and Grill.
Where the fat man rocks.
The Winter Collection Sale now until March at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com. Your one and only Lexus dealership in Memphis. This great Winter Collection Sales event has super special financing offers featuring the flagship LS500 and Lexus named the #1 certified pre-owned program in the industry for the 4th straight year by U.S. News and World Report. The Winter Collection Sale now until March at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Ruddock Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
So far, no new accidents on the roadways this morning. Like I said, like the sun right now is peeking out through the clouds. Like I said, we may or may not get some rain throughout the day, but as of right now in the morning time, the sun is out, and just take it easy out on the roadways. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
The value of just what you mean to me. More precious than silver, more precious than diamond rings or anything that I can give you. It wouldn't mean a thing if you didn't have my love beside you there to guide you through. But ain't it good to know you do?
Okay. Oh, we were doing okay. We were doing okay. At the very end, I ain't
had my water.
We fell off the tightrope. We fell off the
I ain't
tightrope
hit
at
my
the
water
end.
before I get started. Hold on. Hey, rewind it, Zach. Start over.
Get that body armor. Get that body armor in.
Hold on.
You're good to go. Get that voice armor in.
I rewind it a little part, Zach. I got you.
And then, come on, no. Let's move past it. Welcome back. It's hour number 3. We got a text. How could you, Pete? Dissing John Morant. See, I'm not even dissing John Morant.
This is John Morant, man. But see, here's the point. That right there, that's a great thing. Like the fact that fans are defending little stuff like that. Like that proves our point. Like nobody has an issue with John Morant. Like he's in the safest media market, fan market in the NBA as far as criticism. Like you're amongst friends, you're amongst family. Like there's no need to create enemies. Definitely not Brevin Knight.
Brevin Knight. I mean, come on, man.
Nobody drools over our players, especially John Morant, like Brevin Knight does on air. Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
and he does it in a professional, he's talking. But like,
come on, Joe.
That's what I mean. Like you can't be. Don't create enemies.
Mm-hmm. It's no need.
Where none exist. That is not. If that's what you have to do, that's not fair to those folks. It's not fair to those people out there that are trying to be your friends, trying to be your supporters, and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to support people, man. It's hard. It's like in relationships, man. If you don't love yourself, you understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna break this down for you. If you don't love yourself, you cannot receive love. You will not think that you are worthy of receiving love. And so you will perceive things within the course of the relationship. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
As a slight. You will perceive things that are not slights as slight. You will perceive criticism where there is none. You will perceive something that is said in love as something that was said in anger, because you are projecting your own empty bucket of self-love. And that just does not work. and that leads you to broken relationships. It leads you to it makes it hard. It's a hard way to live. So I just hope. I don't want to see that.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that from folks.
And speaking of Body Armor,
it's just not going to work.
I just got the email from Body Armor. Wanted me to promote the John Moran situation. I think I'll do that.
Why would you do that?
Because they asked me to, and that's the kind of guy I am.
Well, they better pay you.
We say reply, hit her back with the cash.
Did you say? Yeah. Why send them back with? Get Ja on the show, and we'll talk about it.
Right, there you go. I'm going to forward the email to you, Peter. I'm going to let you say it too. She's like,
I get those emails all the time. I got the same email. I got the same email you did. I get those emails all the time. I just you're not gonna, I'm not out here promoting.
You ain't lying. You're right, man. This is me showing my youth.
This ain't show friends. This is show business. Come on, this
It's like you show some love. This show business, baby.
That's exactly. Show me something else. And we can do that all day long. But there's got to be something in it for me.
Gotta have some
this whole thing.
Yeah,
let's not forget. Let's not forget about all that.
Oh God.
All right. So since we're talking about stuff, today, let's get one other stuff thing in the mix. Since we're in that frame of mind. Interesting piece by the Texas Tribune. The University of Texas has had their issues of late for a lot of reasons. Obviously, they've gotten rid of Tom Herman as the coach of the football team, brought in Steve Sarkisian, paid him a lot of money. And in the midst of all of this stuff that's gone on, COVID, pandemic, everything else, there has also been another situation that is brewing on the social justice front with regard to the song "The Eyes of Texas," which is very much the song of the school of Texas. It has been for a long time. It's a very important song to a lot of people. Some people play it at their wedding. They play it. They sing it before the game. They sing it after the game. It's the school spirit song, and it's a very, very big deal in the eyes of a lot of folks.
Eyes of Texas.
The Eyes of Texas. It's the school spirit song. It's the tune of "I've Been Working on the Railroad," but it's also got a.
But were you really working on the railroad? Were you the songwriter working on the railroad, or were you viewing the eyes of slave labor as they worked?
Well, the thing is, it came from a minstrel show back in the late 19th century.
The more you know.
Where that was the reason why the song existed. It was debuted at the minstrel show, which for those I think everyone knows what that is, but if not, that's a very racist early 19th, 20th, early 20th century form of entertainment. Blackface, caricatures of black people, just a real bad scene. Vaudeville was big and all that stuff, and so this song was part of that whole situation. It's also part of a it's kind of a play on words from something associated with Robert E. Lee, of course, from the well known as a failed Confederate general, and so it's got a lot of negativity, a lot of racially charged history, let's say, and racist stuff. A lot of people have kind of perceived it in that way for a very, very long time. And so this was kind of simmering for a long time, but it wasn't really talked about all that much, at least not on a national scale, until the last few years or so, and especially last year, with the aftermath of George Floyd's murder and the all the various protests that happened along that. One of the things that has been discussed and talked about amongst players and students at Texas is that this needs to be done away with. That it's outmoded, it's outdated. A lot of schools have updated their history. A lot of schools have updated their caricatures, their songs, their mascots, whatever. And it's over. And so it's kind of it's a song that has a lot of undertones of racist stuff. It's not. I don't know that it's directly racist, but a lot of people have interpreted it and used it in that way. And so, just a lot of players have said, "Look, well, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm sick of it, and I don't want to deal with this stuff, and I'm done with it." And so they've had, they had protests, they had situations, they had all that stuff that happened for months. At one point last year, all the players walked off except for Sam Ehlinger, the quarterback. Everyone else walked off as the Eyes of Texas were playing. And Ehlinger said he was actually just he was trying to talk to coaches. He didn't realize that he was lingering on the field, and he was the only one there. That's what he said. So it's a whole thing. But I bring it up now because the Texas Tribune has done a piece in which they used a Freedom of Information Act request to get information about donors, wealthy donors who have emailed the school and have protested them trying to talk about getting rid of the Eyes of Texas. Hundreds of alumni and donors blasted off emails to UT President Jay Hartzell, calling the image of doing this disgusting, embarrassing, and disturbing. Said that it's a symbolic. One of the donors said it is symbolic of the disarray of this football program which you inherited. The critical race theory garbage that has been embraced by the football program is doing massive, irreparable damage to our glorious institution and to this country. It has to stop. Another individual said, I do not support Texas anymore because it has become a bastion of far liberal indoctrination and only teaches one point of view, liberalism. Sorry. But it is clear that at UT that the white male is totally screwed unless you are woke.
Good Lord. Hey, I'm out on this. Man.
I'm
going to let you
said
have
this
this.
other guy. Another donor said, it's time for you to put the foot down and make it perfectly clear that the heritage of Texas will not be lost. It is sad that it is offending the blacks. As I have said before, the blacks are free,
hey, I'm out, man.
and it is time for them to move on to another state where everything is in their favor.
Who said this again?
These are millionaires. These are very, very wealthy donors who are emailing.
My gosh, the blacks.
Yes, they use the term the blacks. And these are, and so they have not technically canceled this, but I bring this up, obviously, number one, to raise the amount of, racism that's still out there, and is behind closed doors when people email and think that, that no one's gonna know, and no one's gonna get a hold of these things. Number two, because change is hard, and if you really want to be about it, you can talk about it all you want, but if you really want to be about it, it's going to require a lot of these schools to disassociate themselves with a lot of people who are giving a lot of money.
Crap, yep.
Yes, but they're giving a lot of money. Mm-hmm. How much do you really believe in it?
Right.
This is where it's going to come down to, nuts and bolts.
He had an idea where if the blacks are offended about things that got to do with Texas, they should leave. I agree with him because I think that all black athletes in the state of Texas should leave these school programs and let's just see what let's see what their institutions would say about that.
One of the Longhorn Alumni Band charitable fund presidents said alumni are pulling planned gifts, canceling donations, walking away from causes and programs that have been their passion for years, even decades, and turning away in disgust. Real damage is being done every day by all of this. The guy, the billionaire who owns Gold's Gym, was involved in this. He said, I'm wanting you to be aware of the talk about town. I'm not advising you to take any position, but I want you to know there's a lot of folks in this email chain who love Texas or in positions of influence. Kind of leaning into them a little bit on that whole situation.
Like, I don't have an opinion,
but
I'm not going to say anything. But I'm just letting you know there's a lot of people out here. So I think it amazes me that when we talk about people talk about cancel culture and all that stuff. And it's just amazing to me that there are so many people that have lived in such a privileged bubble for so long that when they get challenged on something, when something that is part of their perceived life or whatever is taken away or is challenged in some way, or people bring up information that maybe they haven't considered or how it affects other people that maybe they didn't think about, their reaction is to pick up their money and go rather than
deal with the issue.
think about it
Mm-hmm.
and ask and wonder, like, is this real? Am I really, maybe I was wrong about this for all these years. Maybe this is something that I can use this as a learning moment, But instead, more often than not, the response is, I'm going to pull all my money unless you do what I'm telling you to do.
Oh, I don't have nothing to say, man. Oh, man.
I'm still stuck on the blacks, man.
The blacks, yeah, I can't move past the blacks. I'm sorry. The blacks.
It's the blacks. That's what he said. So it's. I hope these universities understand that this is the next step. When these things came up, and Ole Miss has had to deal with it, and I think they've done. They've had some people in leadership positions that have really stepped up and have done a lot of hard work. But when they tried to get rid of Colonel Reb and these caricatures and stuff, it was not easy, and they still face a lot of criticism, and people will still hold off. And actually, it means this. Actually, it means that. Actually, it's a symbol of this. Actually, a symbol of that. And it's we gotta
when they raided the Senate building, like when they raided the Capitol, like. They had this flag with them, so don't tell me it's something for. Nah, it's not. It's not that at all. So, yeah, let's stop saying that. like, let's just call it what it is, man. Like, let me. Yeah. It's the difference between being chilled and being chilled. I'm chilled right now. On this
Well, I just want to remind everybody what is done in the dark, usually comes out in the light. And if you want to send these emails and stuff, odds are that somebody's going to find out about it. And if you're a business owner, you probably have, a lot of people who
are
support
black.
your
The
business
blacks
who
probably support
happen to
your
be
business.
black, and who happen to be supportive of black people. In addition to that, who may not themselves be black, but who are.
While you throwing your money around, you might get your money cut off from the people who.
Exactly. I just think it's crazy to think about. Everyone talking about cancel culture and all this stuff, and usually they're the ones that are the thinnest of skins, and the ones that are having their worldview
right
slightly challenged. In the scheme of things, compared to what we've seen societally, having a song for university, changed or removed or whatever. Is extraordinarily minor, and yet to a lot of folks it's worth almost everything.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's. Yeah, I'm not going there. I'm gonna allow you to speak for the black delegation today, Peter.
That's kind of
these people bother me, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. And it's like, it really bothers me the way that people think. And these things that literally mean nothing, like in the whole grand scheme of things, they try to place so much relevance on them, like they just mean so much and they just can't be changed. Man, stop it, man. Like, yeah, just another reminder of how wicked this nation is historically. Like with some of the songs that have just been ingrained in our culture and where they came from and what they meant. It just and we as Americans, we're fine with the mirage or the illusion of this great country we live in when it has so many horrible truths that need to be addressed. You know what I mean? And we're better being told that we're great and we're the greatest nation in the world and everyone wants to be here. And we have so many flaws over the years historically. But we're fine. We're fine with the charade and the game, so. But we should do better. We should heal. We should repent from a lot of things as a country, and we should try to find ways to truly move on. And moving on doesn't mean escaping. It means to fix the issues so that you can grow and do better going forward. It doesn't mean to run away from it or act like it never happened. That's not moving on. That's why that causes destruction when you just think, yeah, we're fine. We can just keep just trotting along. No, deal with the issue, or you're going to be stuck on the side of the road soon in your path of moving forward. So, yeah, we just have to stop this type of stuff, man. And it's extremely frustrating to see.
You're gonna have to, and people are gonna have to have the people in administrative positions are gonna have to have the power and the ability to turn down money. Not all money is good money. Yeah, not all money is worth taking. Mm-hmm. And if it comes at the cost of your soul, if it comes at the cost of what you say you're all about as a university, if it comes at the cost of your students, if it comes at those costs,
right,
it's not worth it. It can't be worth it. You can't keep doing that. Stand for something.
Texas says, good Lord, I guess the Tigers are next. The Tiger mascot implies something defensive, I suppose. Wow.
No.
As to my knowledge, it doesn't.
No.
But if it does, we should address that as well.
Yeah.
Because y'all didn't trip when they've changed that logo often. Like they changed it and they've made it like blue and gray now, and like no one's fussing about that. So, I mean, I know he's being sarcastic or whatever he's doing, but if something happens with your dear old Tigers, that needs to be addressed as well. So,
I mean, it's like, I mean, you talk about like you talk the whole thing about the wickedness, right, and how we moved on and stuff. But in these songs, like these songs, there's all these little we have to talk about it. We have to come to grips with where we were, and where we are, and what, because that's the only way that things are really going to change. And like, I mean, something as simple as that song, "Eeny Meeny Miny Mo," right? We all learned that as a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eeny Meeny Miny Mo, catch Tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go, or whatever. That wasn't Tiger.
Oh, exactly.
For the longest time, that was a different word.
Exactly. Can you remind me, brother?
And because if you think about it, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, catch Tiger, what does that mean? But that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, those are the little stuff that's just ingrained for years and years and decades and generations. If you're going to turn against that stuff, it's not going to be easy, and you're going to change it. That song was changed because it was extremely offensive, and now it's been changed. Like, and the world has continued to go on. No one has, to my understanding, no one has caused any kind of protest over "Eeny Meeny Miny Mo," and the fact that it's different than it was, back in the 16, 17, 1800s. You can change songs. You can change lyrics.
Right.
You can choose not to play songs. There's all kinds of different things you can do. And the world will continue to go on, I promise you. And it will not be the end of white people.
You said something that almost took me into deep Nick Cannon level depths, but I didn't want to go there. How far are we from that commercial break? Oh, man, I almost went deep into the depths.
We'll
you said
take
something that triggered me. I'll talk to Zach about it over the break.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
Yeah, let's take that commercial break.
We'll take that commercial break. When we come back, another issue that cropped up yesterday. That's a very interesting one, long term. We'll talk about that and what the folks have to say about it when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Looking for some action on your favorite games? Action247.com is at your service. Action 24/7 free-to-play games are brought to you by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. Come play with us online at action247.com. Our free-to-play games are fun and easy. Go to action247.com and click Let's Play. And best of all, you can win cash prizes. That's right, cash prizes. Free to play online at action247.com. You got action.
The fun continues at Family Leisure with a brand new Factory Direct pool and patio sale. The new 2021 inventory is in. You got to get ready now and beat the rush. Become the first one to have your pool installed. They have spas in stock, and those are ready for installation right now, too. Complete your backyard with a new set of patio furniture, all state-of-the-art. Special financing available. Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road, where family and fun come together.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
With all my heart, I love you, baby. Stay
Anita Baker, folks.
with me,
That one's hard.
we'll see my arms. Will hold you, baby. Never leave.
Welcome back to Family Leisure Studios. Hour number 3 brought to you by our friends at Acura of Memphis. Online, AcuraMemphis.com. Anita Baker never will sound as clear and as good as she will in a 2021 Acura TLX. Top quality sound system as you are making your way through. We've had some rain, we've had some snow, we've had some inclement weather. We've tested that system. Hopefully that you've got a car that is safe, a car you can trust, a car that will be taking good care of you, an SUV that will take good care of you. You know that's the case at Acura Memphis. You know that super handling all-wheel drive gets you through. If you got all that wet roads or snow or ice, you feel better when you're in a car that is top of the line in safety. In addition to top of the line in luxury. That's Acura Memphis. 385 in Ridgeway. Go find them. Check them out. Online, start your shopping there at AcuraofMemphis.com. How you doing, Anthony Sane?
Good, brother. The commercial break helped. I don't even know what I was about to say anymore.
Is your mind clear? Cleared out?
I said to Zach and I got it out. When I said to Zach, it felt better, man. It was always about to be bad, too. It was about to be Nick Cannon level.
Zach, you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Zach's like, yep, you ain't lying.
I wouldn't say I ain't want not that much. I agree.
All right. Well, J.J. Watt signed with the Cardinals.
I don't get any of that, man. You should have stayed where you was at. That's all you was gonna do. Help me understand that.
He joined DeAndre Hopkins, former teammate. I mean, it makes sense. I think he wanted
to try to get that ring, fam.
I think he thinks there's going to be a ring there. I think he thinks that's a real deal.
I think that he got paid, man. He got the bag.
He didn't get paid. He didn't get paid that much. I mean, he got a lot, but it's not. I think he would have gotten, he got. They were already one of the. I'm not gonna say the odds-on favorite, but they were decently positioned.
You know what I would have did if I was J.J. Watt? I wouldn't even sign now. I wouldn't sign like in the middle of the season. I would have saw how the season's going, then go sign. For real, I ain't lying. I promise.
Just wait till the very.
Man, I'm like,
wait till the very end.
I'll meet y'all around week 8. For real.
No, but his whole brand is I'm working hard. His whole brand is I'm working. Look at me. That's why he showed his. That's why he showed himself doing a squat with a Cardinal shirt on.
A what squat?
What squat?
What?
No, they've got. Hey, listen, they are. He's extremely gifted. He combines with Chandler Jones, who was the NFL sack leader since 2012. So he's. These are two guys that are veterans, have done it, and now you put them on either end. Very, very impressive stuff. He only got $23 million guaranteed over two years, so it's not like it's a huge, massive payday or anything like that. So Kyler Murray, man, is he posted a picture of himself as a senior in high school with J.J. Watt and Karl Anthony Towns, and Kyler Murray looks like he's about 12 in that photo. I think he's probably 18, but he looks like he's about 12, and J.J. Watt looks like he's about 35. It's a very weird photo. I think it's a belief in Kyler Murray. I think it's a belief. Hey, and say what you will, I thought it was silly at the time, but Cliff Kingsbury is getting guys to come and play. For him in Arizona, he's got talent. So I
like Kyler Murray.
I think they're legit. They're a legit team, man. They're a legit team.
I rock with Kyler Murray. He's a good quarterback. He's a little guy, but I like him. I mean, we spoke about this on the show as well. But I wouldn't have went to the Arizona Cardinals. I don't care what they got. I would have got my ring.
Would have gone to the Washington football team?
No, I would have went where I can go get a championship.
What do you? Well, I don't know why you think that. I don't know why you think they're that far away from.
You think
the
they
ring.
come?
I mean,
they come out the NFC?
Absolutely.
Stop.
Absolutely, I do.
They've got
now they've got the two best pass rushers in football, basically, on either end of their defense. They've got a bright young quarterback who looked really good. They've got a good receiving core. They got talent in the backfield. I mean, I don't see why
they're good. They were good last year. But
I don't see why they wouldn't be. I don't see why they wouldn't be in the mix.
I would have got with either the Chiefs or Buccaneers, man.
And especially now with Russell Wilson being, having some friction in Seattle. I don't know if you've been following that whole situation.
We ain't talked about that either.
With our good friend Russell Wilson. Our good friend Russell Wilson.
I'm ready to get up out of here now, baby.
It's about time for me to find somewhere else.
Pull out,
be smooth. You know what I mean?
You don't appreciate it, real.
He's talked about the allegedly he said that he doesn't want to be traded just anywhere, but he would go to the Bears. He would go to the Saints. There's a few places like that make a lot of sense. And the issue has been that he just thinks that Pete Carroll's offense is not for him, and it's held him back to some degree. And he felt like he had an opportunity early last year to air it out, and he looked good, and he was an MVP candidate. And then he had a really bad game, and they dialed it back, and he just doesn't like where things are going. He doesn't feel like his talent is being used properly. I don't know if I agree with that or not. Do you think Russell Wilson is on par with any quarterback in the league? You put him in that Saints system, you put him in another system where it's really quarterback heavy. Do you think he looks like Drew Brees? Do you think he looks like those guys?
I think he's an incredible quarterback, and I think that they should have put more help to protect him and allow him to be a great quarterback. And no matter how good you are as a quarterback, if your offensive line is bad, you're struggling. We saw that in the Super Bowl. So we saw Patrick Mahomes look mid, as the kids like to say, because of the offensive line. So okay. I don't know why people can expect for Russell Wilson to do anything any different. Take care of the man, bro. Get up out of there, bro. Get up out of there, Russ.
He's been hit a lot. He says I've been hit too much. We need to help that shore up that line, and he wants to have more say in the team's personnel decisions. And he feels like he's upset that he has not been talked about in the same way. He feels like he's not been talked about, and he hasn't been talked to in the same way that other quarterbacks have been. But we're seeing with this, and there was some friction with Aaron Rodgers towards the end of Mike McCarthy's time in Green Bay. These franchise quarterbacks, guys get to start to get into their early 30s, and if something's not happening for them, the clock starts ticking, and it's like, I got to make this thing happen. We got to do something about this, and that could mean a lot of different things in the case of the Seahawks, Pete Carroll, whatever. But Russell Wilson's 32, and his clock is ticking, and he's trying to let them know, y'all got to do something. I'm not just going to let this thing happen like it is right now. His agent says he hasn't demanded a trade. There's a lot of semantics, that you can put in that whole situation. Did you demand a trade, or did you ask for a trade, or did you open the door for a trade? I mean, there's all different ways you can say that without. So I don't believe that he hasn't demanded. I believe he has asked for some kind of consideration there, but that it's hard to with Deshaun Watson and now Russell Wilson. I mean, I don't even know how you value these quarterbacks that are theoretically out there.
Yeah, it's you said something that I've been listening to this whole thing over the weekend as well. How it's almost like he's handling like he's afraid to say he wants out when he clearly wants out. Well, it seems like he wants out or whatever. I don't see why. I mean, like you broke something down about a week or so ago when you talked about these pro leagues like working for a company that has several departments, and if you feel like your skill set has you better suited for this department, you have the right to go to HR and be like, hey, do they have any openings over there? Because I love to work in that department. You know what I mean? Like, who hasn't done that in their respective jobs? But we look at these pro athletes like, oh, where's your loyalty? Man, they're loyal to the check that comes in. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing they have to be loyal to. Like, there's no, like we talked about Blake Griffin last week, where they put out all these parades and all these things to get Blake Griffin to sign on the dotted line. Then they trade the man to purgatory. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
So like I don't think it's a bad thing that guys can speak out about wanting to leave a team. I don't even think it's cool to have a reason why, but even if you're not, even if you don't leave a reason, like who has the right to be mad at these guys for wanting to get out? Yeah, it's crazy, man. But I hope he gets up out of there because if he's not happy. He's one of those guys I pull for on and off the field. So, I want to see him happy, and I want to see him somewhere that can utilize his talents. Because if he feels like he feels like he's not being protected in the pocket or whatever, they should address those issues or get him where he wants to go. Because I think he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Period. So.
Without a doubt,
yeah,
no, absolutely. He's one of the very best.
Right.
And I agree. I mean, like you got to address these issues that these guys have in a real way, and it's especially in the NFL, the folks in the NFL are real uncomfortable with player power. Mm-hmm. For a lot of reasons, that. we can get into some of the reasons why that might be,
right.
But they're very uncomfortable with the idea of players having agency and authority within their decisions, and that's why. It's hard for them. They don't negotiate a lot of no trade clauses unless they absolutely have to. They don't like to give guys a ton of years guaranteed. They might give some guaranteed money on the front end, but they don't like to give a lot of years guaranteed because they always want to have control over. We can cut you. We can do this. We can do that. It's just a different mentality towards players than you see in sports like the NBA, for example. So, when players speak up. Fans have tended to kind of be on the side of the organizations more often than not. And you haven't seen players be willing to really put it out there in a way that like Deshaun Watson finally has. That's been a long time coming, right. And we get
agitated.
We get agitated. But remember, go back to even a long time ago when Eli Manning was drafted, he refused to go. He told his dad, the San Diego, don't pick me. I'm not going to go.
Yeah. No one.
And he trying to exercise some agency in what he did. John Elway, same thing back in the day. I'm not going to Baltimore. Y'all can draft me if you want. I'm not going. I'm going to play baseball. Well, I'm going to do whatever. People have been trying to exercise their whatever authority they have for as long as you can. And no one should have an issue with Russell Wilson when he's trying, especially in football. To me, saying that's the thing. All sports are different, and all sports are difficult at the professional level. Mm-hmm. But football is literally
small window.
Life and death. Mm-hmm. And, it could be. You're talking about guys taking years off their life. Probably in a best case scenario, you're taking years off your life. Worst case scenario, you could be hurt, paralyzed, all kinds of stuff. I'm not wasting a single game. Forget about a year.
Right.
Another rebuilding year and all that stuff. I couldn't fathom that as an NFL player. I couldn't fathom that as an NFL player. No. I could fathom that as an NBA player. Sure, you got a year or two of rebuilding, though. That's not that big of a deal. Football? Come on, man.
No, we ain't
I can't be wasting a year of all this work and all this physicality.
This lack of offensive line help could end my career and have me with permanent brain damage. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Nah, man, we're not doing it.
So it's a much more real situation. Like, it's one thing if, John Morant's passing the guys and they're missing shots. I mean, that's annoying. But, like, if Russell Wilson's just dropping back and getting crushed every time. I mean, look what happened to David Carr in his career. Mm-hmm. I mean, he got hit 5 million times and it shortened his career.
Right. You ain't finna turn me into Rocky Balboa.
Exactly. I'm not trying to. I have no issue whatsoever with him saying that, especially with as much as he's done. It's not like he's even if he was a first-year player, I get it. But especially with as much time as he spent there now.
Mm-hmm. No, well, Peter, I'm going to say this as we go to the break, man. I'm going to remind you of a story. I can't hold it in no more, man. I remind you of a story of a guy that I worked with that was super militant. Super militant when I was working with kids, and he talked about the analogy of gun violence. And we were talking about how do we stop gun violence in the urban communities. And he said, you know what, man? I don't understand why we trying to stop gun violence.
Oh, jeez.
He said, when he was talking. He said when John Wayne and all these cowboys had guns, it was fine. But now that we got the guns, it's a problem. So that's what I'll say. That if Russell Wilson got the gun, it's a problem.
I had a discussion with my baby Sierra.
Yeah, I ain't got no guns, but
I'm saying, girl, I got this.
But no, man, we got
in particular.
Like you said, man, like Eli Manning? Yeah, Eli Manning came into the league to me. Nah, I ain't going to XYZ.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
I've always said I have absolutely no problem with players just in general. Whatever leverage they can use
it.
Especially in the NFL, you don't have that much. Most guys,
you got a short run.
Use it. So whatever you can do, man, use it. That's the way it is. And to me, I got no issue with it. Mm-hmm. I get why people are worried about it or whatever. But fix the cultural issues, fix the organization rather than anything else.
Blame the players for crap ran organizations. Exactly.
We will talk a lot about tonight, a big night of basketball, starting with the Grizzlies and the Wizards, and then of course the Tigers in South Florida to take on the Bulls. There, we'll talk about those matchups when we come back here in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Do you know who I am?
Who are you? I'm Superfly TNT.
Johnny Radio.
Where do you want to be? 1 to 3? Right here with me. Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1 FM, Monday through Friday. This is Sports 56 Happy Hour, your good buddy Johnny Radio.
When you think about Memphis-style hot wings, you better be thinking about Crumpy's Hot Wings, because they're made from the freshest ingredients and always deliver that mouth-watering taste that you expect from your hot wings. Now you can visit their new location at 420 South Germantown Parkway. You can also call them at 901-207-1273 and see for yourself why Crumpy's is simply the best. Ask for the Sports 56 Special, which is 20 pieces of whole wings, large fries, and 4 drinks at just $38 for your family or group gatherings. Crumpy's Hot Wings, simply the best.
Now with Taco Bell's app, you can build a box filled with your favorites for just $5. Personally, I go with the Chalupa.
What? You mean Crunchwrap Supreme, plus that beefy 5-layer burrito and...
Perhaps you meant bean burrito, grilled with chips and nacho cheese sauce.
Nah, you got a vibe with cinnamon twists and a Baja Blast.
Eat like you with Taco Bell's $5 Build Your Own Cravings box, exclusively online or with the Taco Bell app. Must make selections from predetermined menu items at limited participating U.S. locations for a limited time online or in the Taco Bell app only. Contact store for prices and participation which vary. Drinks exclude freezes, tax extra.
It's time, Memphis. Tune into Fox Sports Southeast and watch your next-gen Grizzlies tonight at 6 p.m. when they take on the Washington Wizards, presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Check out Grizzlies.com for more information.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition. And yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, iBuyHouses can get you your money quickly. iBuyHouses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. iBuyHouses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. iBuyHouses.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Ruddock Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
I just see so much in you, and I want a better view. I want to look deeper into you. Yeah. Let's get closer.
We flipped that switch and went from soft rock to quiet storm. We never look back. We never look back.
I had to dive into the vault a little bit, you know.
Okay. Hey, I told you. I think it's the right thing to do. I'm with you. We got a lot of basketball tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
We do.
Might be worth getting yourself fueled up for it by going over to Sunrise Memphis, sunrise901.com, getting yourself fueled up for a little brunch, a little lunch today, and get you set up and think about that for every morning. If you are heading down, it's man, if you're anywhere close, Midtown, downtown, that area, man, go to Sunrise. It's right there at 670 Jefferson. You will not be sorry that you did. I promise you. Scratch-made biscuits that are spectacular. All that house-made delights from the normal stuff that you know and love, like pancakes and your all of the waffles, that kind of thing, to those fabulous chicken biscuits with the honey and all that pimento cheese. They do it all for you. It's all good. It's all so good. Over at Sunrise, and the lunch is fantastic as well. Sunrise 901, you can just pick it up right there on the side. It's super easy to do. Pick it up, walk in, get it, and you're good to go. Take that little extra. If it takes a little extra drive, it's worth it, because you're not going to be sitting in line forever and ever like you will at some of these other fast food joints and all that stuff. You're going to be getting stuff that was scratch made and not been processed and sitting in a heat lamp and all that. No, it's the real deal. Check it out. It's Memphis. It's what it's all about. Sunrise 901, and it'll fuel you up. And you need the fuel for today, because you got yourself a busy night tonight. Anthony saying, are you going to be sitting there just watching it all unfold in front of your 75-inch TV?
Yeah, on the 75. Changing the man cave up a little bit. East is now west in the room, or north is now south. I don't know directions like that, but flipped it over, put everything that.
Why did you do that?
Got a new couch in the room. I told you I got a hand-me-down couch from our bedroom. Joy's couch that we had in our bedroom. She kicked it out and she kicked it down to me.
So, the couch in the bedroom, nice.
Oh yeah, we bought them like that.
Okay,
I forgot to mention that part. Yeah, my bad. I ain't even just want to put that. I shouldn't have put that out there.
Okay.
But yeah, so we the big boy sectional came to the man cave now. So
you had a sectional in the bedroom? God, how big is this bedroom? Jeez. Good Lord.
Now you in my pocket, man. You trying to count my money.
Man, I guess so.
The sectional got moved down to the man
When
cave.
I grow up, I'm going to be like you.
So
the sectional in my bedroom. Jeez,
so yeah, the man cave got upgraded. So I'll be watching it from a different angle. It's weird because when I come in, like I get up and like the room's literally flipped over. One side is, everything's flipped over. So now I'm like a little thrown off, but it's fine. But yeah, I'll be watching
feng shui. You gonna get that feng shui back?
Yeah,
You gonna get that feng shui back in the mix?
It's coming.
You're going to get that all. So tonight, what do you expect from the Grizzlies coming off of that spectacular performance against Houston? But I have to say, based again on last night, especially because Houston, it's not getting a lot better for Houston. That performance seems like it was probably more about Houston and less about the Grizzlies. Houston losing to Cleveland 101-90. And Cleveland is not a terrible team by any stretch, but they're not great. And Houston cannot score. I mean, just a pitiful, miserable offense outside of John Wall.
Here are my predictions for today.
And they had Oladipo back last night. So it's just
terrible.
It's just
awful.
Terrible.
Here's my prediction for today. I am a big Hoop City. I love the Hoop City nights. Whenever we get those, we don't get those all the time. But today is one of those Hoop City nights. And I always predict 2 Hoop City victories. The Grizzlies are playing Washington. Washington's playing a lot better. But I think the Grizzlies, they're going to pull this one out today. I think we're going to see another nice Justice Winslow game and maybe another good Desmond Bane game. I was trying to pull up the injury report. I'm going to say that Grayson's out again.
Yeah,
Grayson's out.
Grayson's out
Got
again.
And Kyle is questionable.
Protocol.
Yeah, and with the Grizzlies, who never use the word probable. Probable is never used.
Never.
They've never used probable in their injury updates. So we don't know if that's questionable, meaning he's playing, or because it seems like if he wasn't playing, they'd just say out because they don't use probable at all. So questionable usually.
That's the interesting thing. We've talked about that before. I don't know why they don't use probable.
Yeah, it's weird. They've never used it.
I don't recall the last time I've seen it.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't with this front office for sure. But I'm all in on the Tigers winning. I'm all in on I think the Tigers win is going to be pretty easy. Should be easy. And I think the Grizzlies can pull this one out as well. I want to see another Justice Winslow game. That dude had a great game tonight. We didn't really talk about it that much, but he had a very good game tonight. So looking forward to that. Maybe we can see some Tilly minutes again. Maybe we can see some Killing and Tilly in the mix. But I
don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. No, I don't think that's going to happen.
You don't think you're going to get no Tilly minutes?
No, I don't think you're going to get any Tilly minutes.
You ain't trying to get silly for Tilly out there?
No, I don't think you're going to get silly for Tilly. I think it's interesting. What happened the other night is just not going. It's just not going to happen again.
Who's the odd man out today? Who gets the? Or is it because of the injuries you don't have to? If you got 2 guys out, you won't have to. Does Justice start tonight? If Kyle can't go, does Justice start?
If he can't go, yes.
You got to start.
Yes.
You got to start.
Yeah, I think he should start anyway.
Exactly.
I've told you that. I think it's time.
Exactly.
It just needs to happen. Like he's shown that he's ready. He's continued to get better and better and better. So I think that's where it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to start, and he needs to play he needs to play a lot more with Ja, because ultimately those are your 2 guys that 2 of your core guys that are out there. All right, so you think the Grizzlies are going to win?
Yep, I got Grizzlies win, Tigers win, and we all win. Ja's happy.
How much do you think the Tigers are going to win?
I think the line is 9.5. I saw a Texas. I wouldn't bet anything for the Tigers covering any line ever. So no, I'm not going to bet. I wouldn't bet that at all. But it'll be a close game. Like it'll be the typical Tiger game. Tigers get up early. A 15-point lead is 6 at the half. They lose the lead in the second half and find a way to win at the end. I think that's what we'll see. I think you're going to see. I also think on the Grizzlies side, you're going to see a very emotional showing of love between Russell Westbrook and Ja Morant.
I think it is going to be I think it's going to be beautiful.
This is their second matchup, right? Because I know a lot of times, a lot of the matchups Russ didn't play last year, but I think he played maybe 1. So this is the second time they played each other, right?
I want to say the third.
That's true.
They played 3 times, you think?
It
seems like I don't remember Russ only playing against us 1 time. Seems like he missed every game last year.
Because I know did he play? He played the one home game. Or that was the road game.
He didn't play the home game.
That was
I
the
know
road
he didn't
game.
play the home game. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, they're going to show some love. If they were trading, if they were swapping jerseys, they would be doing that.
That's true. I think
jersey swapping was a thing. You would see Russell Westbrook and Ja Morant swapping jerseys.
I think it'll be a lot of that.
You remember when Ja played it when Mike Conley first came back and they were asking Ja those questions about Mike.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he was like, what part of Ja didn't say this, but Ja, his energy was like, dude, I'm a Russell Westbrook guy, not a Mike Conley.
He's like, I didn't really like Mike Conley. Mike Conley's not really my guy. Like I know y'all liked him.
Yeah, like I don't
he's
know
not really my
anything-
guy.
I don't know anything about that dude. Like I know he played for y'all, but
For sure, he patterns his game after Russell Westbrook. I just want him
for
not to
sure.
pattern them too closely. Too closely. Let's not go that far.
But there are some elements of Russell's game that we wish Ja would pick up. Westbrook
Yes.
likes to take the ball and go
Yes.
length of the court. Like knowing when he has the ball, he's got an advantage. Like he's a one-man fast break. Russ scores like that a lot. I wish Ja would do that more. We saw Justice do that the other game, and I wish that Ja had more of a mid-range pull-up game. That's a big part of Westbrook's game as well. I wish he'd adopt both of those. But yeah, it'll be fun tonight. We'll see. We will see.
Well, I did a little research as we say goodbye. And December 10th, 2019 is the last time that the Grizzlies used the word probable in their injury. So it's been
How did you even find
almost?
it?
It's been over. It's been over a year and a half
Since they used
since
probable?
anyone's listed as probable.
And I'm sure they got some weird reason why they don't do that. I mean,
It's just weird.
So strange.
It's very weird. But questionable is the new probable. So
Well, bro,
if
I'm
someone's
about to hit this
questionable,
road,
that means
man.
it means they're gonna play.
I'm about to hit this
Oh,
road.
you are?
Moderna Part 2, baby. It's about to be solidified. I'm about to be, man.
Be safe.
Magical on
I'll
y'all.
talk to you on the other side. Everybody have yourself a great Tuesday. Middays. Greg and Eli, they got you. Come